Evening, guys. This is Gareth from Burning Gas, hauling ass, and welcome to the live stream this evening. I'll put the link up for anybody who wants to join in and enjoy the motorcycle-related chat this evening. So there is your link, guys, for anybody who wishes to get involved. Hopefully we'll see what's going on. So hope we're all doing well. It's Friday night. It's lockdown. Oh, there we are. I'll get Diesel's hog vlog in here. How we doing?
Good, pal. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I've got a few others sitting waiting. Oh, there we go. Another Keen. Oh man, look at that haircut.
What happened to your head?
Hey guys, how are we? We okay?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice, not too cold, snowy day here though.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Superb. I think there's a few guys wanting to maybe join in, so we'll keep the chit chat going. And there we go. There's some else jumping in. There we go. All right, Jim. I can hear somebody's feedback.
Somebody's got their YouTube on still.
Yeah. Everybody got YouTube? Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Who's got YouTube on?
Just mute everybody one at a time.
That's the best way, I think. Let me see. If I can actually figure out how to mute everybody, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
It's not moving. Oh, I think it's Jim. It's fucking Jim.
It's Jim.
Hold on.
Need to shut down YouTube.
Go through YouTube, pal.
Why we can't have anything nice.
Right? These are really drivers, you know.
No, listen, it happened to me as well when I first did this. Somebody shouting, going, "Who's got YouTube open?" I'm sitting there going, "But we're on YouTube. Why we haven't got YouTube on?" You know, so I totally get it, you know. But yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll give it a few more minutes, guys, before I kind of get into the Friday night chit chat and see if anybody else jumps on board. Oh, we've got one of my fellow Scotsmen here, Joe. Hey, Joe, how we doing? Joe, guys, is one of the guys from basically from Glasgow, local to me, who we speak to quite regularly from the West Coast Harley dealership here in Scotland. So he's a really good guy. I don't know if he's going to join in on the live chat. I'm not sure, but he's here. We've got Rev Bomb. He's here. Now, has Jim brought a bloody canary or has been on the helium?
Something's going on. Is that still playing up?
No.
Ah.
Rev Bomb's asking about you.
Rev Bomb.
You know. We've got the White Rock Rider. He's saying hello to everybody as well.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Oh, and Salty's at work.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's the Z-Head. Evening, Z-Head. Are you joining us this evening?
What a bell end.
Bell end.
Move around.
Z-Head. Oh, there he is. I thought Z-Head can't be far behind.
I'm gonna drop him the link again just to make sure that he gets it. That thing he did the other day was pretty cool, wasn't it? The 60-second short of video clip. I was well impressed. You know, just going to apply to that. So I don't know if anybody else is going to jump in just now. So I'll just kick off the chat for everybody who's maybe watching at home. There's 11 people viewing at the moment. So, hi guys. I'm Gareth from Burning Gas, hauling ass. I'm a fairly new motor vlogger here in the UK. Been going on for about 4 or 5 months, I think. Kind of got into it when lockdown kind of started off. So I'll probably go around the room quickly, just like I've seen the military biker doing something similar. But I think one of the newest people who's came online is, by the way, this gentleman here. That's it. We'll get the angle right. Him.
I know. It's a front, isn't it?
So I'll start off with him. Actually, we'll start off with Ben.
Ah, crap. What did I do?
Right. So tell us why you got involved with how you got involved in motor vlogging and taking it from there. Really. So
For me, it was I saw, like, I was at work and I didn't feel like working, so I started plugging around on YouTube and I came across like John Maxwell and Sheet Tree Surgeon and all that stuff, and I really got into it. I was really digging what they were doing. I like riding, I like talking, I like performing. So during the lockdown, I was looking for ways to kind of channel some of my energy, and here I am making dumbass videos.
Making dumbass videos. Hey, I noticed you've hijacked my live stream for tonight for your own personal gratification. Going by your,
I've seen a couple times.
So just for that, I'm wearing this cap tonight.
Yeah, that is. I'm so sorry that you have that crap on your head.
Listen, this crap is enough to annoy you. I'll take it.
It's all crap.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, if I just announce 5 people, am I just picking the people I talk to the most? Am I picking the people that, I don't know, flip me a 5 spot on Venmo?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, we're doing this live thing, and I just happen to have a wheel here.
Wow.
With everyone's name on it.
Right, so what do you want to do? Will we get into that? We'll do this. Right, so for everybody who's watching this right now, do you want to tell everybody what you're planning on doing?
Sure. So if you've been paying attention to my Instagram and my YouTube, which I guess is a toss-up because you said 11 people were watching and I only have 11 followers, so the likelihood that all of them are here are pretty rare.
Yeah, right, okay.
I had mentioned that if you watched my most recent video of the exhaust upgrade on the Sporty 883, left a comment and subscribed to me on YouTube and Instagram, I would throw your name on this wheel, and I would be picking 5 people to give these first beer bottle openers that are custom. They have my wonderful logo on it and all that stuff.
I thought you said you're just giving them to us guys on the channel here. in the DM you sent me. What are you talking about?
There we go.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks.
Well, yeah.
Just reach for it. Reach for it. You can get it. So what
do you want to do? Will we give it about an hour before we get into that and let people kind of get on board, maybe finishing work and maybe do your competition that way?
Sure, man. I don't want to completely hijack your show. So
that's all right. I've got a nice big plan here that kicks you right out of this, so it's all good. So I just for everybody watching, so I'll go quickly to Jim. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you got into motor vlogging? 30 seconds. Go for it.
Yeah, I just got out of prison. I just done 10 years, but no. About 5 years ago, I discovered YouTube a bit late, and I got into it was Do It with Dan, young man,
right.
on his Honda Magna. And Walterific, they were the two. So I was influenced pretty much from the US side of it, and then I discovered obviously Baron von Grumble.
Right.
But that's what got me into it. And I had at the time I had a Honda Shadow 600, and then I bought my VTX 1800, and pretty much come from that. Yeah, and that's how I got into it. Because I just saw those guys, they're having so much fun. I never ever thought of doing that before, stick a camera and that on your bike. So, and talk about what you're doing. Yeah. They were having so much fun. So I thought, I'll do some of that.
Here, I thought it was you were having a shag with Lane and she told you about that stuff.
Who?
Guesto was that work?
Yeah, I know.
What about you, Rev Bomb? What's your 30-second take on it?
Right, very, very quickly. Started biking when I was 5. Did a load of semi-professional motocross at 16. Had a really bad accident. Came out of biking. Got back into it about 6 years ago. Got made redundant from my job. Picked up with the guys from Eclipse Motorcycles. The owner I knew from school, so I fell on my feet basically. You've got a bike license. Do you want to ride the big bikes? And I'm, yep, okay. And it's been onward and upwards for the last 6 years, and for the last 2 years, it's been absolutely crazy. So met all these guys up here. So really good life.
Yeah, well, just like that. And the last one of all, the token Canadian.
Kind of like my stuff.
That one.
Hardly a moto vlogger. I'm just this dude with a bike and some cameras. But I've not entered the realm of being a moto vlogger yet. But actually, so some guys here know that. I had an RV channel actually on YouTube. It was called Fifth Wheel and Food and Fixin'. And it's still up there, but everything kind of went sideways with it because it was going to be all about the RV and stuff, and then COVID happened.
Right.
Camping that first year, so now it was essentially a cooking channel because some of y'all know that I do like to cook a few things. So a lot of great recipes on there actually, and then I thought, well, I'm a biker. Why don't I do this kind of stuff? I started watching the bike vlogs and everything, and actually, first guy that I talked to a lot and made friends with and talked to pretty much daily was Anonymous Biker. And then that's how I met Scouse, who turns out to live. I watch his videos, and it turns out he lives 3 blocks from me. Like, what are the odds? You meet a guy on Earth. Well, we've been mates and been riding together for a year now, but. So yeah, I don't know. It's just fun. I don't get the sub grab like I did with the RV stuff, but that's not important to me. Most important for me with this is like meeting you guys. It's been fun meeting some great people, and me and this knobhead here did a couple of dual vlogs together. It was a lot of fun. It's hard work. He's kind of a natural at that talking thing, and so I'm like, oh God, I hope I can keep up my end of the bargain. And it's been a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
It's definitely something that you think, oh, this could be quite daunting for a lot of people. Talking to a microphone or talking to a camera, and then after 2 or 3, maybe like 2 or 3 videos, you start becoming more natural at it. I think it's. I've practiced, not personally, we're all different, but I practiced with Instagram before. I was uploading small video clips on Instagram, and eventually after I started doing that and getting a little bit more positive feedback, that's why I started doing YouTube videos, and then I took it from there. So definitely, it's, there we go. Military biker, there he is.
Here he is.
Hey.
Oh no!
He's in Australia.
Look, we're just talking about you wanker.
How you doing?
He's driving a Honda, so his internet's a little slow.
Oh, right, okay. Right. You on your way home?
What's happening, boys? Aye,
doing all right.
On my way to take some Timmy's.
Right. Take it, is it 4G or something, or 5G or something you're on over there? Is it because you're on your phone?
I think he's got a couple of 4G strings over there.
We've got 4G better than whatever.
Bloody sound.
It's like 2 styrofoam cups and a string over there. There's nothing.
You're better off making smoke signals.
I'll catch you when I'm back in Austin.
Right, mate. Right.
That's because that quad lock wrecked his good phone, and now he's got a shit phone.
Oh my God! I've never used.
Whoa! he had an iPhone, so I mean, like,
Oh,
it didn't wreck his good phone. It just wrecked
Move along.
Listen, you hate Harleys, you don't like iPhones, you just, what is it you do like? Is it, what is it? Is there something you like? Or
I'm happy being miserable.
yeah, right. You don't like iPhones, you don't like Harleys, you don't like hair.
New York hat.
So,
The Yankees.
yeah. So
Or here he likes Indians.
So I didn't show you guys what I made. You guys know that I have a 3D printer, and I've been playing with that. And I made
yeah.
And what this is for creators. And I actually sent a test one to Anonymous. And on the inside, it holds 2 micro SD cards and 3 GoPro batteries.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Together.
So I'll place my order for one of them right now.
Yeah.
Got my channel on there. That's actually inset.
That's cool, like that's really cool.
So
Yeah, I
any
like that.
color.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I'll order one of those.
Very cool.
Sweet.
is that?
I'll order one of those. That thing's sweet.
Yeah. Hit me with a DM on Instagram.
Yeah, same here.
So
Same
I
here.
don't know if any of you guys follow a lot of the tech, like the tech pages on YouTube, but you know the GoPro Hero 9 has a bigger battery than the Hero 8.
Does it
No,
really?
I didn't know that.
I
Right,
didn't know that either.
right. Well, it's a lot bigger, right? So a lot of people were complaining that you
Right.
couldn't use the batteries from the 8 on the 9 if you had just maybe upgraded or you were just buying another camera. But now you
right.
can buy this adapter plate that can go in it, and it's on Amazon for like $8. And you just get this little plate, you put the Hero 8 battery in it, and slot it right into the Hero 9, and you've just saved yourself about
Oh, that's good.
$200 worth of batteries for a new GoPro. Because I think that was one of the reasons why I wasn't going to buy a new one, because of that, the whole battery situation. You know, I've got batteries for the 7, batteries for the 8, and I'm hell buying another one. You know, so.
Well, the thing you want to keep in mind with that as well, though, is part of the reason why the 9 went to a bigger battery is because it has that full color display on the front. So now it's using more battery as well.
Oh,
Right.
Can you shut that off?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you
turn it off.
the front screen?
I'm pretty sure you can shut it off, but
Yeah, it should be
overall,
out.
I mean, the camera itself is a little bigger. The stuff inside, the guts inside are a little bigger, and they're using a little bit more. So it's going to burn through batteries a little bit quicker. It's the same like when iPhone or Android or something like say, hey, we got this much bigger battery in our new phone, and you're like, yeah, but you also have like a higher pixel rate, a bigger screen, and all this other stuff. So I'm still going to have the same screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. You know, one of the biggest things about the GoPros that, you know, you get a lot of people who are into the GoPros, and a lot of people are using the Insta360, and the thing with the GoPro for me was it's a robust camera. You know, I've dropped mine that many times now, it just keeps going. You know, it is just indestructible. You know, I've had it in Florida. I've had it like wherever I've been working away, and it just will not break. And I'm just quite pleased with it. And then I think it takes me away. It's like that whole, if you have an iPhone, do you move to the Android situation because you're so used to having that one brand, and it's been working so well for you. So
you know, lots of guys complain about the dongle. So I've got a 5 on the bike and a 7 that I use on my helmet.
Yeah.
And that stupid dongle for the mic did give me a lot of grief at first, but since I did the cord flip on the outside and then packed the silicone earplugs around like Anonymous showed me, and then since I got my Purple Panda mic, that really helped too for some reason. But all plugged in first, then power up. Never had an issue since. But if I ever, I'm on my bike and I can feel put it back on my helmet if we stop somewhere and I forget to plug the dongle back into the mic. I have problems, but if you have problems, first, doesn't seem to give me any grief. So
there you go. Walton, PA. Here he goes. He has a couple of DJ Osmos. Yeah. You cannot control the mic gain, so external mic blows out in helmet. Never knew that either.
I looked at those. I was wondering if they were any good.
Yeah.
I tend to just use drift all the time. I had to go with GoPros, but I just love the shape of the drift camera. It's so smooth against the helmet. But obviously behind me there, I tend to use a couple of £10 action cameras off of eBay just for getting me floor shots.
Yeah.
Right.
It does a job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still rocking GoPro 3 and 4.
Yeah. Well, it
seems like
if you can manage to keep them on the bike, Jim.
Yeah. But don't put through the washing machine anyway.
Most of what you're seeing now tends to be post-production anyway. I mean, as long as you get decent raw footage, most people are cleaning it up on whatever Adobe or whatever they're using on their computer. So it doesn't much matter. I mean, like I've seen a lot of people using Hero 4 still. And they're putting out great videos.
Scout uses a 4 still. He doesn't have to piss around with the dongle and stuff. And his
any of that.
Great. There's nothing wrong with his videos.
Because at the end of the day, YouTube brings it all down to 1080 anyway. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So unless you've got a 4K TV,
you're not gonna. Sure. Let's talk about videos. Well, I'll use my.
What's that?
That's a pen that I got in Florida. This is what I used to call action. Sorry.
That's a pen you got in Disney World.
Yeah. I did. That's the pen I got in Disney World. Just from Toy Story. You know, so don't say that all of us bikers are boring. You know, this is the pen that I use for signing all those important contracts in my life. You know, like checks for the wife and stuff. You know, so so we're talking about videos. One of the subjects I was bringing up tonight was the videos, and one of the videos that made me laugh today, right, was Jim's video, the Friday video. Jim's Friday video.
Never missed that.
I nicked that off of Walterific. I nicked that idea off of him.
Oh, right.
And I nicked the theme tune off of Rev Bomb. So I got Rev Bomb's theme tune and Walterific's idea.
I wondered which one you guys ripped the other off.
And I nicked some stuff with Diesel as well.
I watched Jim's video and I was looking at it and I was laughing all the way through because I'm going, it sounds like something from a Carry On movie. You know, it was.
I was watching one of Rev Bomb's videos the other night. My wife goes, "It's not Friday. Why are you watching Jim's video? Did you miss one?" And I said, "No, it's Rev Bomb. He's got that same thing." So
same bit of music. I'll tell you one that you have to, if you don't follow this guy already. Very well known in London, Premises 187.
Right.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Oh, right.
Yeah, go and have a look at he tends to come up Milton Keynes quite a lot. I haven't met him yet, but obviously we chat quite a lot. He's in with Misfit Biker, Death Bunny. They're all on Instagram, but he tends to sort of just ride around London, doesn't tell his job, but he is emergency services, essential worker. But this week's one, it's hilarious because he pulls up middle of London street and there's a Kentucky packet on the floor with some chicken in and this pigeon's pecking away at it and Prem goes to it, ooh, ooh, and this pigeon looks around and goes you've got to watch it just for the fun that 5 seconds where he coos at the pigeon. It's hilarious.
It's the birds that have turned into carnivores that are eating KFC and everything. You know? It's like,
cannibals, isn't they?
Oh my God, you know.
Rev, was it you that told me to check out 44 Teeth?
Yeah, they're good.
I think it was you that mentioned it, and I like it. It's good stuff.
Mate. Yeah, that's Baron Von Grumble. That is on there.
Yeah, Baron Von Grumble, 44 Teeth. Another good one to watch is Lamb Chop's Rides, LCR.
Yes, Lamb Chop. I like Lamb Chop. Yeah, he's good.
I just ran across that channel today. I started checking it out.
All right, okay. So the next
H2 is amazing.
Is it?
And Rev, I forgot who you. My wife cleaned up my desk where I wrote down the channel that did the review on the electrics we talked about last week.
Missenden Flyer.
Oh, that's right, Missenden Flyer.
Andy the Missenden Flyer.
Yeah, he's good. He's just bought a FJR 1300, didn't he? Sorry, tell a lie. Honda Goldwing, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got Goldwing now. Yeah, he took it. at the demo one, he took it out on a demo ride with the wife to Wales. I think they did about 2 or 3 episodes of his, and then he liked it so much he bought one, but he can afford it on the money he makes.
Yeah, sounds it.
So one of the other videos that got released this week was the new, obviously Bogan. If we watched it, the $1 Million Bogan.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. So go on, Jim. You've obviously got an opinion of this.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah. I sat here this afternoon. I was watching it because I'm around my mum's. I watched it with my mum, so because she likes a bit of $1 Million Bogan as well.
Right.
Anyway, and I was telling her, I goes, the last 2, I kind of not this one, but the one before, I kind of like turned it off halfway because again he was like getting his Harley stuck in the sand again and stuff.
Yeah.
I can understand if they were going on a route and it was part of the trip, and he had to get somewhere. Then I can understand. But they did it again, didn't they? They got it on the beach this time.
Yeah.
And I nearly switched off. because he deliberately. You can see he just deliberately did it. But it got good once they got off that. Once you got past that, it got good again. They were up that. They went up that mountain, didn't they? And then they started perving over those 2 girls, didn't they? I don't know how Parry's going to get on with when his wife sees that video. He's topless, doing pull-ups in the middle of the Bondu, and then all these young girls come down, and he's like schmeagling with them. And it's just like, yeah, mate, you're going to be in trouble. You are. Your missus sees that.
He's sitting there. He started doing all the bicep curls. Oh, I mean, I really enjoy cinematography. I mean, that's something I've always enjoyed. Everything like he does with his drone and the filming and the color, what he does in post is amazing. But right now, it's almost a case of you're like, ready? How many times are you going to drop that bike today in this video? And I get it when I first started watching him, it was almost like, oh, he's dropped it again, and now I'm thinking, please don't be dropping it intentionally. It's sort of intentionally to try and get people to.
I think that's what he did on that one on the beach, didn't he? Because he then got it out. He got it out, didn't he? Rode it up the beach, got it bogged in again, but then he reversed it into the water slightly.
Yeah.
Didn't he? And they made that a bit of a drama. And I was like, and it got it's a bit pretentious because they're both fairly well off, aren't they? I mean, the $1 Million Bogan's
that's
$1 million.
true,
And I was thinking, if I had a $40,000, I mean, it must be a $40,000 bike or whatever. I wouldn't be taking it on the beach, and I wouldn't be bogging it in the sand, in the seawater.
I get that.
That peeved me a bit. I got a bit, but then once I got over that, I was all right. Once he got up the mountain and started perving over girls, it was all right.
Maybe he's using it as for like a hype film, so he can get a reality TV series out of the deal.
Who knows?
Do you know what? Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I mean, if the whole, I don't know if there is an intention for it to develop onto how many series like motovlogs. Is he going to carry on doing that, or is he going to? He's done Australia, he's done Tasmania, he's been obviously in Thailand, I think, and all these kind of places.
I kind of agree with Smitty in the side chat there. He's hit and miss with me. I used to like it, and I've gotten kind of tired of it. I don't know. It's
that's where I nearly got to. Yeah, not this one, but the one before, because it's the same format. Yeah.
I would rather watch anybody in this room and the side chat than him now, because look at the effort that we have to do for the. So me being a small channel, if I get 30, 40 people watch, I'm stoked. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do that. You're editing and everything. And I appreciate my 160 people. I don't think he does. He doesn't care. He's just like, he went YouTube big shot. And then he kind of got phony. And nobody in this room is phony. We have fun. We do our shit. It's not like that. And
dude, I'll tell you, my biggest concern this week was having at least 5 people leave comments on my video so I could give away the 5 I was like, oh crap, what if only 2 people? And then I was also like, what if only 5 people comment? That's
right. I'm gonna fix you something right now, right? So what we need to do is there's 10 people viewing just now. So what I need them to do, right, is Bikes, Beards, and Bruce, right? What we'll do is we'll direct them to your Instagram.
Yeah, get them over there.
Right. So
I've just joined you on the YouTube anyway.
So everybody, if you look down there at the bottom of the page, you'll see a nice banner that says Bikes, Beards and Brews. I hope I've spelled that correctly. Yeah. And if you go over there, you'll see this young gentleman's competition for one of the finest American knockoffs of bottle openers you'll ever find.
Finest bottle openers that China was able to make for me at a reasonable price.
Well, exactly, right. So he's not begging for followers, he's not begging for subscribers, but if you'd like to enter the competition, he will announce this, I think, in the next 29 minutes. There we are.
So I'm on it now for you.
Right, so there you go. Yeah, there you go. So if you'd like to enter the competition, ladies and gentlemen, just follow these instructions. I know they're an American. I can translate them for the English-speaking people on the planet. Everybody just stopped watching the whole live stream just now. I will leave that there just for you for the next 29 minutes, okay?
Which, I mean, but it's to the point of like, like someone like I actually started checking out $1 Million Bogan because of all the issues that Harley was having, with Harley, and I was like, so what's the big deal here? And I watched a few of his videos. I was like, all right, they're cool, but it seemed like it was a lot of just pandering to the camera, like putting on an act.
For sure.
I think going over like what I want to say it's like Shade Tree Surgeon or one of the other guys have said that, when the camera goes off and somebody acts completely different than when the camera is going.
Yeah.
That's kind of a turn off. And a lot of times you can see when people are doing that. And it just seemed like he was putting on an act the whole time. So I was like, whatever, man.
That's one of the reasons I do like Shade Tree. I think he's pretty legit, pretty who he is.
He's hilarious to watch, and like you can tell he's not like really.
Jim, is that on your end? Just 2 seconds. All I can hear is
who's hollering?
Who's getting yelled at by their wife?
That's probably my mum.
Oh,
she's going upstairs, going to bed.
Like,
do you want to come on? I go, jump on. She's like, she's not having it.
Let's meet the mom. Come on.
Sorry about that.
Come on, Mrs. Diesel.
Get Mrs. Diesel down here.
I don't watch a lot of big channels for that exact reason. But Shade Tree is one of the ones I do watch. Saddle Tramp. Very, very real guy. And actually, G, you were talking about you like the cinematic stuff. So I'm kind of guessing most of us have seen Anonymous Biker USA stuff.
Yes.
So he's not really a moto vlogger. He does ride his bike a bit, but he does more of the cinematic type stuff. Like his last one, I don't know if you guys watched the one about the history of the touring bike.
Man,
that could have been a 2-hour movie for me. Like, I love it. It's too bad it's short.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. That was one of my favorites.
I enjoyed that because I always like learning about the history of the bikes that you don't get to read on some websites don't have that information because they just see it as, well, people might not be that interested, whereas somebody who's a Harley Davidson enthusiast like myself wants that information because it gives you the history of how bike came to be. Like, I've got a Street Glide, like you've got yourself some of us have baggers. How did a bagger come to be? So that was good to see, So
I love the history stuff. All bikes, but that was like you. I have a Harley bagger too, and so the history of it was really cool. That's where I wish there was a movie that you could watch like that, of like more in depth on it all, because it covered so many cool things really fast. And that's because of the YouTube overload. When you put a video out, they're only going to watch 90 seconds of your video, and you can see that in your analytics, and so it's a lot of work for short. And my last week's one in part 2 is out this Sunday. They're 14 minutes, and they can't compress those anymore.
But see, I know we're all different, and I'm speaking about everybody's videos in this room right now. I can wholeheartedly say that I've watched them to the end.
Yeah.
The reason I do watch them to the end is it's because, one, if somebody's going to watch my video, I would love somebody to watch it all, right? So I treat others like I'd wish to be treated when it comes to their videos.
Yeah.
And secondly, I understand how much hard work goes into these things. You know, it's like everybody's sitting there for 4 or 5 hours for a 10, 15-minute video, trying to figure out how to put the audio in the right place and stop clipping and stop color and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, well, if somebody's went to the effort of creating this, it's good to show them the appreciation of watch it. You know, I mean, if you don't like it, just don't comment or don't give it a thumbs up or do something.
Yeah.
You know,
your video goes up, it's 9 minute long, and 30 seconds after it's up, great job. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You watch that.
You know,
And a perfect example is this guy's videos, because if you watch Jim's videos, you know that the end isn't the end. If you watch
Exactly.
I like to put my cock ups and stuff in the end.
I've actually, the one that we've shot tonight, because obviously we're heavy snow in the morning, and I've got two scooters going out next week to customers. We've got to get 20 miles on those bikes. So I said to the boss tonight, I said, right, let's get all the bikes off the yard, put them back in the unit quick. I'm going to take the 2 scooters out. And he went, how are you going to do that? I said, I'm going to use the other mechanic. And obviously our mechanic, Keith, he's 62. He rides an FJ 1300, but he's never ridden a 125 scooter. So I said to him, I said, right, I've got the camera on. You follow me. I'll do the route, and I'll do. If you hear me talking, you know I'm doing my ride video for the customers, so they can see their bike being ridden. All right. So we shot round, went on the dual carriageway. We pulled up at the roundabout, and he went, God, he said, you went through the red light. And I went, no, I didn't. It was yellow. No, it was red when you went through it. I went, I'm on camera.
Shut up.
But I'm gonna leave that bit in. So it's gonna be worth it just for the funny bit. So yeah, but oh God, he was so doddery. He said to me, he said, I've never ridden a twist and go scooter. He said, I kept going like this with the brake lever, trying to go for the clutch.
Like it. Yeah, because the Gorilla Biker, he does something similar. He does the outro crew. So right at the end of these videos, and he'll have a little chat with like whoever's left, and it's quite intimate, because then you stay, even if you say if you're not interested in it, you want to stay to the end because you want to see what the outro crew, what they're talking about.
Oh,
well, you skip it to the end anyway, one or two.
You want to see what Zed's just put.
My wife, obviously, my wife had done a couple of the videos when I was working away, and she was like saying, like, hauling, she was going, burning ass, hauling gas, and she recorded it, and then she was going, and she put it as the bloopers at the end of her video.
Like
and she sent me the message, and she says, I think I've told everybody on your video that you're like burning ass, and I'm like, well.
I like that.
It might have been a couple more subscribers, you never know. You know. So last, I think I spoke about the Bogan and we spoke about Shade Tree. Is there any other videos this week that have kind of impacted on everybody? Like this week that have came out, you know, because I found
one. There's if you go, it just popped up on my random stream, because I tend to do when I log on to my YouTube in the morning about 5 a.m. I tend to go to subscriptions and just catch up on all you guys. And this random feed pops up from this guy called Anxious Squid. I think he's either American or Australian, but he's watching the Isle of Man TT. So if you watch just put Anxious Squid Isle of Man, and this guy's like, holy shit, they're riding down the side, they're riding down the road. And it was like, yeah, it's the Isle of Man TT. Yeah, been there, done it. Yeah. And he's like, how far? I think in about the first 4 minutes, there's 26 F words.
Like it.
He's never seen an Englishman ride the Isle of Man, and it's like, I've done the Mad Sunday. I did the last Mad Sunday before they shut it down, And I got a term when I only did one lap and got a terminal average, and my terminal was 106, so which weren't bad.
Wow.
That's pretty good going, that, yeah.
And I said to him, I said I was only on a 600 Honda, and I went, how good was it from the leader? And he went, you were still 1 minute 46 behind him, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was into the MotoGP for years, and my wife and I were very fortunate. We went to the after interview, like the interviews after Valencia when they're like discussing the season, and it was the Kentucky kid who came on. You know, he came on and he went, those crazy British bastards that ride around the Isle of Man. You know, you'll never catch me doing that. You know, and he came across and did it to try it, and he just went, I don't understand how you guys can maintain almost 200 miles an hour constantly. Yeah. You know, like MotoGP, you hit 200 miles an hour, then they decelerate and then they drop down. Whereas Isle of Man, they're just constantly on it, aren't they?
Yep, constantly on the power. Yeah.
So
I can't maintain that.
If you've got a MotoGP guy who's like, you know, obviously the premium racing, who says that about somebody that's the Isle of Man, then I take my hat off to, you know. So that's something else. So.
If you want to leave that hat off when you take it off, that's cool.
I'll get the angles right one time, you know. So
if you got a fireplace going or something, you just toss it right in. You know, that's cool.
Like this hat. I like this hat. I bought this hat personally when I was in America, so I like it. You know?
So, believe it or not, mine are all up there. So
there you go. Look at that.
That's all mine, all up there.
Yeah.
So
I don't see any that say New York on it, though.
What's that?
I've never gotten to go to the UK. And
I don't see any of his hats that say, like, New York on it, though, so those are fine.
I can't listen to everybody at the same time.
I thought he was done.
Right, so who's talking first? Do we have to use the stick game? Right, okay.
Will I be that woman that does the signing? Nicola Sturgeon has.
It's a question for you guys. Like, so I've never been to the UK. We want to go to the UK. It's on our bucket list. But so like when we go to the States, if we don't have our bike with, like most of the time we do, but if we do go, we just go to Harley and rent a bike.
Yeah.
So if I was over to say, you know, visit you in Scotland or Jim or Rev down in England, is there places to rent bikes there too? Like, is it just Harley?
It's for me. It's Harley. The only place really is Harley Davidson around here that will give you the bike.
Basically, that's the only bike you could rent would be.
Yeah. We don't have the what's it called? The Eagle Rider. We don't have that here in Scotland.
Because I watched like say if I was somewhere like Jim, you're getting close to London there or whatever.
Yeah.
I watched some of your videos and man, like I could not get my Ultra Classic out of there onto the road fast enough. Some of the places where you have to shoot out into traffic scares the shit out of me because I don't have that big machine's not going to take off like your 8. And I want to be able to ride over there though. I don't want my wife, same thing. She said like, I hope when we go over to the UK that we're going to rent bikes.
Not too sure. Yeah.
Or you say the Harley Davidson dealership beside me, they have the Heritage, the Ultra Glide, and I think they've got another Softail that they have available for rent. So you'll have the option to rent those bikes. They're just what you would expect from a rental place price wise. There's no discount really here, and because there's only 2 dealerships in the whole of Scotland. There's not much competition for price wise, so so you know. Okay. I don't know what it's like south. I don't know what it's like in England, but that's definitely the situation.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah, so you know. But any other videos before we move on to the next?
I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. There was Crazy Horse have just did they did a video today, and it was the new Indian FTR. I've got a picture of that. Oh, right. And the other one I haven't watched yet is Visor Downs have done the new BMW R18.
Right.
Shade Tree had it on his channel. That looks quite with the box engine.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
That's two.
That would
yeah.
be, I think I'm going to burn for saying this to the Harley Davidson gods up there. It's the if I was going to go buy another bike, that BMW would be on the top of my list.
Yeah,
it's
something about it. It's something about it. It's just it's lovely.
The that boxer engine is. I had a shot of a BMW 9T about 3 years ago, and it's true what they say. Every time you accelerate, you can feel it. You know, the torque.
Yeah. If you're idling, it rocks. You rev it up. Yeah,
and it's a beautiful bike. So it's the only bike I think I would probably trade in my bike for, but it's never going to happen. So it's nice to do, So, so that was actually going to be the next subject for this evening, guys. It was actually to talk about. There's 3 bikes that kind of came to light this week when I've been doing my interwebbing searching, so to speak, during the week. It was the new 2021 Kawasaki Z900 RS. Have you seen this?
We'll have a look.
I am going to bring this up quickly, right? And I'll show you what I'm going to point at, right? Here. This thing is beautiful. You see that? Look
at that.
Two-wheel version of Pamela Anderson, mate.
That is beautiful, isn't it? That's the different colours are unbelievable. If you look, that's not the right one. If you go on here and look at the colour of that.
The ebony one's better.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bike. I like
that.
Yeah, I mean that's if that was something that I would like to have as if I could afford it as a set, like another bike to play with, it'd be definitely one of them. And I was actually surprised at the price of it. You can get one brand new for £10,000, which is
there you go,
25,000 Canadian.
Yeah, all right.
It honestly looks like it's a straight out shot at Indian with the FTR.
Oh yeah. Well,
what do you think?
Well, wait a minute. Let's have a look. Right. So
that's the size and the seating position and stuff. I'm looking at a guy sitting on one right now, and it's like
Right. So the next one, then you're talking about the Indian. You've got the new Indian FTR Rally. Have you seen that as well?
I haven't seen the Rally.
Right. Right. So what we'll do is I'll bring this up. This is the FTR Rally. Don't know if you can see that one.
Oh, okay. Just a different version of the flat track.
Yeah. It's just if you actually go onto the actual website and have a look down, you can see. Look at that paint job on that. That to me is that's a good emblem for any bike. I know it's Polaris, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
It seems like they're like taking the FTR and they're almost taking the Sportster route with it by putting out like 50 different variations that are all pretty much the same. Because they also have the carbon one as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're trying. Everybody seems to be into this scrambler effect bikes at the moment. Ducati Scrambler, FTR Scrambler. But I have my truck, my pickup truck that I've got, my Ford Ranger. I've got hybrid off-road tires, the Noblies, right? And after like 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, you can feel that vibration through the steering wheel. Slightly.
You got Noblies, yeah.
Right? But because I only do short distances on it and go like maybe a little bit off-road, and I've tried to do in the last few months, it's not a big problem to me. But when you're riding a motorbike with these kind of tires on it, I don't know how comfortable that would be. Has anybody had any experience of that? Or
I took one out today. Actually, we had a customer. He's brought a Royal Enfield Himalayan into us, 400cc Royal Enfield Himalayan.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, that's got the Noblies on, and we took it down to the park to do the photo shoot. And we're there shooting with the camera, and this little old guy walks across the lot, and I'm like, the hell's it? He come up and he went, "Can I have a word?" And I went, "Yeah." He said, "Is that the new Himalayan?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "I had a 350 Himalayan 20 years ago, the original Royal Enfield." He said, and he pulled his phone out and he went, "Look, this is the photo." And he'd taken a photo of the original Polaroid of him 11,000 feet up the mountain with his wife. Right. His wife pushing the back of the bike, trying to get this Himalayan up up the mountain. He said to me, "Obviously, how much is it?" I said, "I've no idea. We're just doing the photo shoot for a customer, but it's on the yard. He's coming down to have a look at it tomorrow. But it is I'm going to try and get the video edited when I sign off tonight. I'll try and get the video edited and up for tomorrow. But the Himalayan, for an off-road Green Lane tourer, it's an amazing bike. It blew me away just how good it was. Single cylinder 400. So nice bike.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that I just don't know what it'd be like on the road to ride a bike that's meant to be for like loose shingle or rocks or sand. To take it to Tesco, or like your local supermarket like Walmart is to you guys.
Yeah, you're gonna pay the price a bit, because the tires are going to be.
Well, it depends on what they're doing with it as well. I mean, it's the same as with people buy like the super duper like Jeep Wranglers with like the super knobby tires, and they're using it just to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the super smoothest ride, but you don't notice it as much because you're doing like 30 miles an hour in the thing, or I think that's like 7,000 kilometers in any other part of the world.
It's something different. Me personally, if I was going to buy one of these bikes, the first thing I'd be saying is, well, I want road tires for it, and then I would rather have the spare wheels if I ever decided to take this bike off road. But it takes a special kind of person to go and spend 15,000 pounds on one of these bikes and then take it off road and wreck it. It's I couldn't do that. I'd be sitting there going, what the heck, like, oh my god, I've got a scratch in it already. That's exactly what was going through my head.
Well, I think the other thing I'm kind of curious about is like how many accidents are actually happening with these things on road, because when you get those knobby tires, you have less traction. And a lot of times the rubber compound that they're using on those knobbier tires it's not really ideal for pavement. So
it's harder for what do they call that, stone drilling and chipping. So they use a harder compound, so you don't get that nice soft, corner.
So I mean, if you get one of these like Redline Heroes that want to like go racing down the highway with this thing, and like they try and bank into a curb, that bike's just going to come out under them.
Yeah, I think it's just the look in it at the end of the day, isn't it? Because I mean, Rev Bomber now, because he's done a lot of off-roading. I mean, they're probably they're too heavy, really, doing these serious off-roading. So I mean, like the big adventure bikes, in it. You're not going to take them on any serious.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just
you buy an off-roader for that.
It's just like the Jeeps with like all the heavy duty off-roading stuff and the snorkel on it, and there's not a speck of dirt on the thing.
But the thing is, though, like it's almost like people like the look, don't they? They buy these cars, they buy these bikes because it gives the look. I look like an adventurer, or there's guys here where I am, right in Falkirk. There's somebody with one of those BMW GSEs, and they run around with a full BMW suit, the cream off-road suit, right? And they've got the black BMW helmet, and the gloves, and they'll go off their bike and they'll go. If I had hair, I'd flick my hair, but and they look quite impressive, and I think to myself, I go, wow, but that bike probably goes to the local cafe down the road on a Sunday morning and goes home again. But that's what happens. That sometimes is what people just want to buy the bike to socialise, and I get that.
I was going to say, let's be honest. You just described most Harley riders as well.
Oh, come on!
They pull up with that huge dagger, and they got the Harley leather chaps on, and the leather jacket that's got the giant logo on the front. They've got like 10 skull rings on their fingers that they bought at their county fair. They got that leather backwards, like.
I think you're going to get put in the sin bin in a minute.
Well, that's like an asshole.
A leather scally cap thing going.
I have.
Could be worse. Could have the polite vest.
Oh, polite.
Oh, the polite vest. Oh, man. Oh, polite vest. That drives me nuts.
What? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
don't.
You know,
We have Harley everything. Oh, we ride the bike.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right,
We
yeah.
don't just
Yeah.
go around 6 kilometers a year on it either. So we put over 11,500 on ours last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right to wear our Harley gear, mister.
which I mean, you see it. Like you see people that definitely like they're all Harley'd out and they ride and high five to them. But I mean, it's the same thing with the dentist who puts like 6 miles like a month on his Harley. He's got the biggest bagger he could buy, and he is head to toe leather Harley. Like,
Yeah.
and then when he takes that like Harley jacket off, he's got the Harley work shirt underneath it. You know, he turns Nickelback down on his radio real quick just to tell you he owns a Harley, even though everything says Harley.
You promised me this evening you were going to leave us Harley owners alone tonight, and all you've done is
No, I said I'd scale back 25%.
Oh, there we go.
25%.
25.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the polite vest.
disgusting. Little white pan-Europeans as well.
Oh, God. Oh.
Not there's anything wrong with pan-Europeans, but
No.
We got 2 of them.
oh,
You know, so that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like, we ride bikes for all different reasons, and, you know, like, I like to ride mine. I wear all the Harley gear. I do have it all. I like the lifestyle. I enjoy it. It kind of suits my life. I like it. But as you say, like, I mean, so each to their own. And
Yeah,
Harley
exactly.
you know, Harley Davidson has created there we go, independent. There we go. Somebody's coming on.
Smitty.
Hello.
Hey, Smitty.
You know? So, like, we all have you know what I mean? It's like when I was growing up, and, you know, the old story goes, nobody grew up wanting a Honda. You know, that was the idea. You know, everybody wanted a Harley. And I grew up like that, and that is what I wanted. I always wanted to have a Harley Davidson, and I wanted everything that came with the Harley Davidson. The lifestyle, the whole hats, clothes, tattoos, everything. And I've totally embraced it.
So
Anybody have any story about
you
that?
bought the entire Nickelback catalog, or you haven't gotten it all yet?
No, actually, I'll tell you a funny story, and this is when everybody suddenly signs off this live stream. I was riding my bike in Stirling, which is obviously close to where I am up here in Scotland, and I was listening to, was it Hollywood Undead on my bike, right? It was Bluetooth synced through my phone, kind of like sitting there rocking away as you do, and my Bluetooth disconnection happened on my phone to the bike, and Katy Perry came on. Right? And
get in there.
Katy Perry was blowing out really loud, and I'm sure it was like, I'm a firework, and I went, oh my God. Right? And, you know, you're turning up,
Said the
you
key
know.
words then too, blowing out.
Yeah, you know, it's like, I was just glad I didn't have my leather chaps on at the time listening to Katy Perry. I might have been attacked. I'm not sure, but
I mean, you can't make fun of her too much. She rides a Harley.
What's that?
Oh,
Katy Perry rides a Harley.
Does she?
Does she?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
So the only reason why I know this
Right.
Oh, yeah.
because my wife named her bike Perry because it's periwinkle or something. It's her birthstone.
Right.
And shortly after that, Katy Perry put out a song called "Harley's in Hawaii," and
Right. Okay.
because Orlando Bloom, like her and Orlando Bloom or
Yeah.
whatever, and he likes Harleys and he took her for rides all the time. So she did a private Harley course, learned to ride, and bought the exact same bike my wife has. So,
Right. Okay.
and
Right.
in that video, she's riding that bike. So now I just tell everyone, because my wife hates Katy Perry, so I just tell everyone that she named her bike after Katy Perry.
Like it.
So
I tend to have most of my music because when I tend to ride, I tend to have me my Samsung in my pocket with my Amazon music going. So I tend to either be Foo Fighters, Nickelback, Within Temptation, System of a Down, anything heavy. But obviously, since we've got the joint Amazon thing, and the wife's been using my account, I get on the bike now, and I'm like, "What the hell's playing?" It's all been changed to that.
Hey, he says the word.
I was like, "What the hell is this on my phone?"
I'm a hard rock. Everything for me is like Disturbed, Volbeat.
Yeah. Oh, but she's commenting now.
My boss is loud, so I don't need music.
So I have a bit of a funny story about what you just said about having all the Harley gear and everything.
My glove clean on
So this summer, we did go take a look at new bikes, and so we had been in Calgary. And we went to the big tour in Calgary, and what we looked at was a 2021 Goldwing, and you can get it.
I'm gonna have a quick smoke break.
Everything you can get on it, like just an amazing machine, for 21,000 Canadian. And then we were over at the Harley dealer, and so we looked at the new CVO. The new CVO doesn't have near what that Goldwing has, but it is a Harley, $62,000 Canadian. So
that's a steal.
But this is the good part. So my wife is kind of the smart one with money in our and she didn't say, no way, look at the price of that thing. You can literally buy the brand new Corvette for the same price in Canada here as that CVO bike. So she didn't say we could get a Corvette or something. She goes, what are we going to do with all our Harley gear? So she didn't want to buy the Goldwing. She'd rather we spent $60K on the new CVO. We didn't have to give up all our Harley leathers and boots and jackets and hats. And
that makes perfect sense to me.
So needless to say, there's no Goldwing in my garage.
So just to quickly jump in here for anybody new who's watching to the channel. Hello, Smitty. Is he listening? Can he hear me? No.
I don't know. He's not answering.
All right. He's not answering. Somebody talk to him and see if he's listening.
Smitty.
You
You hear us, Smitty?
Can you hear us, Smitty?
That way. Smitty. Yeah, you.
Yeah, what you want?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So, obviously, I'm new to doing this live stream, and obviously, there's people who are watching this who don't know who you are. So, in 30 seconds or less, who are you, and how did you get into motovlogging? Go.
Yeah, well, I started a couple of years ago. I was in a social club in Australia, own a Harley, and over there, and been riding another 15 years. Quit that because I wanted to get a transfer. They wouldn't let me, so I left. And then I just had a GoPro for years. I was seeing Adam Sandoval here, who was trekking around America. All right, let's do it. Seeing the country. Mainly, I was just watching it for the country and scenery.
Right.
Then I thought, oh, fuck, I could do this. So I dug the old GoPro out and had a crack. And been doing it 2 years. It's slowly growing. I probably because I fucking swear a little bit. I don't get too many subs. But what you see is what you get. Like we've got 26, and I know they're all loyal.
Yeah.
Scouse knows me real well. So does he's on that. But like I said, I do a bit of both. I do sort of like Skid Pig. He's way up north. He's 10 hours north of me.
Right.
And he does fishing, forbian, and bike riding. And all honesty, that's Australia. Like, that's what we're all like. And I'm down on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. Yes, 3 hours north of Sydney. And but you do the same, but in a different area. So my missus has got bad osteo on her fingers, so I couldn't buy her a bike. And we actually bought a four-wheel drive when this COVID all just started.
Oh, right, okay.
And because the COVID started, it sort of pushed us to get the Forby and something for us to do together. So I actually got a lot of four-wheel drive videos on there as well. So it's four-wheel drive. And I feel at the moment, I've been a bit of a slump at the moment the last couple of weeks because I've got too much forward drive footage and not enough bike stuff now. So
yeah.
And it's been pissing down rain here for a month. Summertime. Last year we're on fire and this year is all flooded. So it's and COVID. So it's so hard to get out on the bike. But definitely going to get out on the bike, do more videos and try and even them up a bit. But camping, seeing Australia, showing to the countryside, virtually like what Adam did, and also TJ and Steph, how they get around. We really idolise them. They're awesome. And
second channel, Smitty.
I've just been hanging around Barker as well down in Newcastle. So we'll be going on a few rides with them soon, and hang around long enough, I'll end up joining them, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, there you go. As I say, it's just like everybody's got into this spot for different reasons, you know.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting to understand how people do it, you know. They either fall into it by mistake or they intentionally want to become a motovlogger, you know. It's so it's something else, you know.
Well, I did sort of want to just keep the bikes, but then you minimise then. So and editing time's a killer. Like editing, you know, everyone knows how long editing takes.
Yeah.
So many videos to do now. I'm getting to the stage where I'm not taking the cameras out with me forward driving anymore as well because we've just got too much footage to edit. So now just sort of they got them shorts now. So I do a lot of shit on my phone now. So if we had a good weekend and went camping or something like that, I'll edit it all on my phone and I'll call it a raw footage. And with the raw footage, I'll just put it up. Might have music, might not, but it'd be just a quick 10-minute or whatever, 20-minute video. What happened that weekend? In touch with the now, but I got videos that backdate the fucking end of last year still. So I just got to catch up and pull my finger out and get it done. But it's summertime now, so it's always sunny and whatnot, and you just want to get out and go do something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, that's totally true. Yeah. So what we're going to do is once I get the three amigos back on the screen,
Stories boring, but looks of it.
I don't know what it is. They've got to an age we need to use the bathroom every 30 seconds. I don't know. It's, so
no holes in the wall.
What we'll do is this young gentleman up here on the celebrity squares in the far corner here. Looks like some kind of wrestler from WWE. He is going to do his competition. He is going to announce some winners for his. What we call it?
Let's bring down the expectations a little here.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm trying to build it up. You know, I mean, that's what we're meant to do here. We're meant to build each other up here. Right. So, the floor is yours. Hijack away.
So I've got my little wheel here.
Right.
You can see it. Whatever.
I'm going to put up the solo, okay, so everybody can see what's going on.
Yeah.
There we go. Right.
There we go. Ignore all the Rammstein splash pages.
Right. Okay.
Go Hast.
All right. So we're gonna take. I'm gonna do 5 names so I can give you guys keychains and stuff. This is everyone who commented on the video, paid attention to my Instagram, my YouTube, and all that stuff. So let's see what we got.
Cool.
And if you guys ever do a competition, seriously, this whole wheelofnames.com thing, it's fantastic. First winner's Captain Granite, who I don't think is on here right now.
No, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him on here. If he is here, I'm sure he'll comment. No, maybe not.
And also, this also keeps a results tab afterwards, so I don't even have to pay attention right now. I can get back to it.
Right.
So if
Okay.
you've not used this thing before, this is great.
Right.
Oh look, Colin Ashbourne. Who's that? Oh, close that up.
You're keeping in suspense.
See, this is why I had to do the spinning wheel thing, so it didn't look like I was being all like Northco Baggers.
You go back to there.
I've been on here before.
Right, have we got a winner yet?
Yeah, no, I've got 5 to give away, man. So I'm pulling 5 names.
Oh,
Harley Girl, and I got one more. One more.
okay, go for it. Right, so
Away for me, I haven't even commented. Waiting with anticipation. I haven't even.
oh no, yeah.
Junkyard Daddy. All right, I got my 5. They have all been fun.
Right, so tell me who they are, and I'll like tell me what's the first one.
So the first one is Captain Granite.
Right, so Captain Granite. Okay, next.
Some dork with a New York Yankees hat.
Oh, okay, that would be me then. Right, okay, right, okay, right. Next.
Northco Baggers.
North Coal Baggers. My apologies if I spell your name incorrectly. Right,
I spelled it wrong too.
Right, okay, right, and
Harley Girl with a U.
oh,
I think she's Canadian too, actually.
She's a great supporter of our channels too, if you guys know her.
right, okay,
There you go.
right, and
Junkyard Dadsky.
That's
His channel, if you're not checking that one out,
Fixed.
that one's actually worth checking out. He's rebuilding a 79 Sportster.
right. Is that
And
your dad?
he's right into it. It looks pretty awesome.
Right, I'm going to put this on. If it's wrong, I'm blaming you. Right, so right. That is Junkyard Dadsky. That
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Ah, there you go. You know.
who's
Right,
me.
so, oh, grand tight. All right, okay.
Me.
Right, me. So yeah, guys. So watching this, to get in touch with the Harley hater in the corner. What you need to do, and
I just say thanks to the Punkster. He just subbed to me channel. So
yeah, he just said
yes,
that.
I hate to like the content and hang around.
He did a little 2-minute video today. I've seen it earlier on. I thought it was quite good. It was, all about the nodding and the finger, like this, what's it called? Not fingering our bikers, obviously. Like waving at bikers. Thought it was quite interesting. So quite a good 2-minute video. So
Did you know where that comes from? The 2 fingers down?
I
only found that out just this year. It's to keep both your tires on the road.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't understand. I thought it was just hay, but no.
I didn't know that either. When I started riding, I used to just flash everyone the shocker.
Yeah. I think I don't know. In the UK, we do the nod.
Yeah, it's the same in Australia. Australia usually just
And then see if you nod at somebody, you do this, and they don't nod back. All you're doing is this. You're just grumbling underneath your helmet to say, "I'm not going to use."
You guys ride on the wrong side of the road, and you can't let your throttle hand go.
Yeah.
You guys should get left-hand throttles. Hey,
Yeah, Rob, but there's usually other hand symbols getting thrown around if they don't nod back in the UK. Jim will understand this. He's a sport.
Yep.
Jim and Rev Ball will do this because they're sports bike riders. They'll understand that. They're riding
But that's where he's all. That's where he's all fucked. He's all right on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Jim says hi by going.
All he is are on the wrong side of the road. So.
Yeah.
How does Jim Diesel say hello?
So,
Passes him at Mock Chicken. Yeah.
right, no, Jim uses some nice profanity as well. Him and Bikes, Beards and Brews got on really well.
Yeah,
So,
I'll come down on the swings.
Everybody's a bell end.
So I've also had so we've obviously went through a couple of the bikes that came out. So there was a helmet that got released from Shoei. Now I use a Shoei X0 as a full face helmet for riding my Harley. Now I kind of gave up with the whole open face because of the injuries that we discussed last week. So they came out with this one, and I'll bring it up. It's called the Glamster. Now, I don't know if you've seen it.
You've got tinsel on it, or clamp stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
That's old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so this is they've brought this out as a retro helmet for the new, and I think it's really smart. If you go, I'll quickly go through the page. If you look at it's got that nice different retro look to it. I think it's a nice colour. It's basalt grey, and it's the same colour as mine. And we all know what Shoei helmets are like, so I thought that was quite a nice design. But like everything else that comes with Shoei, there is a nice price tag that matches it at the same time. So I think it was right. So
Smitty's one. He was showing his one on there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Oh, sorry, that's just me open face.
Oh yeah.
I do have a full face. I have a full face when I'm riding long distance. When I'm vlogging, because obviously wind noise and all that. But every now and then I'll do an open face one where I'll tuck the mic down in my shirt. Yeah, you can still hear a bit of wind noise, but you can still hear me talking. So
okay, right.
Yeah, just got to put that fur ball on it, and it might cut the noise out altogether. But it's like where the cat threw up. But anyway,
I think it's been on Instagram for the last couple of days. The Ruroc were having they had a 50% sale. I don't know what's going on. Did anybody see that?
Rev Bomb, I think you're sounding like Darth Vader over there, man.
That's probably me. Yeah, I was just moving my mic about. Sorry. I was just grabbing my helmet. Obviously, I ride with LS2.
Right.
But that one's a pure chrome one.
Okay. Look at that.
And that scratched the shit in like the first 5 minutes.
And then it's got the drift ghost on the side of it as well. So nice. But the best thing is, obviously, being a hybrid helmet, this has the inbuilt center in the.
Yeah.
It's got the center built into the front of it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what my wife uses that.
Good bit of kit.
It's a good helmet. So did anybody catch the Ruroc sale today? The Ruroc had a sale on it, 7 p.m. UK. Yeah. Did anybody buy anything?
Off. No. Was it? Yeah. Was that £199 with the 50% off, or was it 50% off the £199?
I think that was that was with the 50% off, because their helmets usually go for about $400.
Yeah, I ain't paying that.
Right. Okay. The only reason I'm saying is because it's almost like you're saving 50% off, but you're not really, because if you weren't in the market to buy a helmet, you're spending money that you weren't going to spend in the first place. Is it because if you were in the market for a helmet, you're saving money, but oh yeah, right, that's the full face helmet, Smitty. Yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
COVID.
So I got me my microphones zip tied to the nose thing.
Oh yeah,
that's
Yeah. I like that when he's coughing, he just turns the camera off but leaves the mic.
I turned the wrong one off. Mute the camera.
That's quite a good setup with the microphone. Quite like that.
Yeah, it's a Rode microphone. It's really good, and you can plug it and use it in your phone and all that as well.
Oh, okay.
That's a good helmet. On one, I just you wear a skid lid that fucking protects your head. I'm not one for updating as much. So what I got. Because helmets are quite expensive these days, and same as all bike gear.
I mean, you can walk into a store now and you can come out with a leather jacket at £500, a helmet at £500, gloves at £200, and before you know it,
and you convert that into Australian dollars, and you double it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cents to the dollar is fucking useless. Only like 70 or 60 cents a dollar.
We watched for sales at the end of the years, like 2020. So last year we got the 2019 carbon fiber Bell helmets with transitions visors for $199 each, and those are $500 helmets. And plus, look at how much a transition visor is; they're huge.
All right, yeah. I will say, I do. The helmets you get now are a lot safer now. You know what I mean? I feel more confident in a good helmet now than I did probably maybe 10 years ago. You know, so yeah, it just depends on what you want from a helmet and how much you want to pay. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how he gets the helmet in his head. How does he get a helmet on his head?
Yeah.
God knows.
Yeah.
The
I
thing
bought
is,
motorbike boot for me motocross a bit, and that was like the lowest was like $200 for a pair of motorbike boot.
what you tend to find though, with the new riders, those that are sort of 16, 17, getting into biking, they'll go and spend sort of a couple of grand on a bike and go, oh yeah, but what should I, do I get the gear? And I always say to people, all the gear, all the time. It doesn't matter if you're doing 60 mile an hour, you're doing 30 mile an hour.
Exactly.
Dress for the slide, not the ride. And they go, yeah, but we've got a brand over here called Halfords, which is basically a bicycle store, and they'll go and spend 35 quid on a crash helmet, and but I spent, it was an arm and a leg, it was £35. And I'm like, would you wear one of them? No, the only thing I would use that for is a piss pot or a plant pot. I wouldn't rest my...
Exactly,
exactly. A push bike doesn't do 150 Ks either.
Yeah, the five brain cells that I've got, I'd like to keep intact if possible.
Yes, exactly. The other helmets that drive me crazy is the oldie or the little helmets. Have you seen them ones?
Oh god,
they come out and they come out with these helmets, and you see like they're £30 or $50 or whatever, and everybody goes, "Oh, I've got a great deal," as you say, helmet for £30, and I go, that's a brain bucket. That's not a helmet. That's all that is. That's just. I'm not into that, so not at all.
Yeah, that's not like that.
I think
Not gonna lie, this is the hybrid, and it is a full DOT.
Oh,
it's the Harley Davidson one, so it's kind of nice. But
that's not a true brain bucket, though.
No, it's a brain bucket. It's a hybrid.
They are DOT.
Essentially, it's the same thing, right? You have very little protection, and I find that I wear this very little now. I wear my full face all the time.
I don't wear it all because over here, if you get stung for an unregistered helmet, like not an Australian approved helmet, it's it's something like $400 fine, and also you get 4 points off your license. So they really sting you.
And we were just discussing this last week, actually, about the helmet situation here in the UK.
That's another reason why I bought my full face.
Yeah. We're not allowed to wear DOT helmets in the UK. They're not approved. The insurance companies don't approve them. So when I was in Harley here in Glasgow, you went in and they were selling Harley Davidson helmets and they're all DOT approved. And the first thing I said is, well, every one of those helmets are illegal on the road because they're not approved by the insurance right away. But they'll still sell them, and I say still sell them all you like. But if your person wearing it gets caught by the police or involved in an accident, and there's an investigation, the first thing they're going to say is, "Well, you're not wearing an approved helmet, so what are you going to do? Where's your argument?" Right away.
And another thing too, you can't argue with them too, because most of the coppers are riders as well, so they know exactly what to look for. Because I was talking to my bike mechanic the other day with a throttle adjustment on these illegal bikes over here.
Right.
But, there's a trick you can do. You can pull a stopper out of the throttle, and it gives you an extra. It works the engine fully, whereas it's got a restrictor on it. And his daughter was riding it, and the copper pulled her over, and he went straight for the throttle to check it out because he actually knew what they could do. Pull this restrictor out on the bike, and you can get twice the horsepower out of them. You can't pull wolves over their eyes. You just got to cop it on the chin if they get you.
Our police are way more laid back than that. I mean, I got pulled over wearing a brain bucket, not DOT. It had, my brain buckets have labels inside that say for costume use only.
Mine originally had that.
Orange hat that says that this is not a real helmet.
Yeah.
I got pulled over when I had my Dyna Wide Glide. I just redid my tail lights, and apparently I didn't tuck the wires back into the retaining clips properly.
Right.
So the rear tire actually wore through one of the wires and made it so my tail light stopped working. And, the Wide Glides had the two bobber lights on the side. It didn't have the rear one.
Right.
So one side, apparently the bulb had burned out. It fell out. That's what it was.
Right.
One side it fell out, and the other side wasn't working because the wire was chewed through. Cop pulls me over, and he's like, "Yeah, you know why I'm pulling you over?" I'm like, "Dude, no idea." And I'm like, I'm thinking through my head like the list of shit he can nail me for.
All the defects.
And he's like, "Well, you've got no taillights." And I looked back there, and I saw that one had fallen out, including the lines and the other. So I took the light bulb out. I moved it from the right to the left, and I go, "There you go."
I rode.
Like, where are you going? I'm like 2 miles up the road. He's like, "All right, get that fixed."
I rode a bike from was it south of Texas to Memphis, and I went through. I was heading up to where Texarkana is, right on the border between Texas and Arkansas, right? So I got pulled over right at that city, and I remember the police the police, all the lights, pull over, like okay. I pulled over, the guy got out, came up to the bike and says, "You know why I've stopped you?" Same thing. No idea. And he just looked at me with a sheer horror and went, "You're not from here." And I went, "No." And he said, "I pulled you over because of your rear light." And I went, "Oh, I didn't realise. I don't understand the words you're saying. Just carry on with your day." And he walked on. I just said, so yeah, I've been in that situation, and sometimes being Scottish with a little bit of an accent does get you there.
On that note, it's 10:30 over here, so I'm going to head out. I've got 5 a.m. start again. So whatever you're doing this weekend, be well, quite safe.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Good to see you around, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's as you say, you get stopped with the kind of helmets on, and they're not really approved, Oh no, we've got another one. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's a sexy looking helmet. It is, again, Harley Davidson. I can't help it. This is the Aviator with the pop-down visor.
Right.
It's cool. It's nice. Harley doesn't make their own, of course. This is an HJC of Harley's. But here's the problem with this helmet. 2 buttons, and I'll just show you it's a modular 3-in-1.
Right.
And this bottom jaw, if I can get it off, it's being obstinate. There we go. So the bottom jaw is this piece here, and it is just rubber. There's no facial protection at all now. So now you just have the Aviator style too. You can pull the visor out. So, and then this bottom ring comes off too. So this piece right here, this pops off too, and you end up with kind of same. It's just a shallow hybrid soup bowl, and it's noisy as hell. This is hands down the worst helmet I've ever owned.
I'm against those ones that pull apart like that, because if you come off when you're doing a face slide, and that's going to clip off and they flip up and all that, they're not worth having.
When your helmet looks like a Lego set, it's not going to be good.
Well,
it's not going to be.
Look, it stops bugs is all it does from hitting you.
If it's like a Lego, it's like one of them.
If it's like anything you got out of an IKEA, it's not going to be good. Like when you got to build your own helmet.
So
I remember years ago, we used to mimic riding motorbikes on our push bikes. So you go and get ice cream containers and zip tie them to our heads. Just to but then we were like motorbike riders riding the pushes around a 5-6-year-old. That's about as much strength the brain buckets have got.
I was thinking about this earlier, and it's funny that you brought you were talking about the electric bikes earlier and stuff like that. When we all start going to electric bikes, are we all going to revert to being 7-year-olds and putting old baseball cards and stuff in the smoke?
Yeah, exactly. Just to make it sound like a motorbike. I remember we tried to see if we could put a whole pack on the back of the bike as you were riding.
You'll be riding down one of those clackers, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, we actually, at least in
We got one of
the
them.
I forgot the company that made it, but in the States, there was actually a toy you could get where it was like essentially a plastic like megaphone that looked like a muffler, and it was attached to a clip where you could put your baseball cards in it. So you put that on the side of your bike, and you actually had an exhaust sound.
Yeah.
So,
really
to
cool.
be perfectly clear, I'm 54 years old. There is no when I go to an electric bike. It's never going to happen. Not now, so I will ride internal combustion till I die.
Every time I say never, I end up doing the thing I said I would never do, so I just stop saying it.
I would add one to my fleet, but I will never only have an electric bike. I would, you know what? If the price wasn't so stupid, I would have a electric Harley. I'd have it in a heartbeat for ripping around town. It would be a blast, but it will never be my only bike.
Well, check out the Zero bikes, because I mean it's the same thing except 10 grand cheaper with a better battery.
They were supposed to use that on Long Way Up, but they didn't. So, but yeah, that was that channel that Mizzen Flyer that I was asking about that does a review on that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, because Zero is one of the ones I would be interested in.
Yeah, honestly, that Long Way Up show, I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but yeah, I crapped all over that. That thing was trash. To do that trip, they actually they weren't even using real live wires.
Yeah.
They
there's the clapper.
There you go.
Nice, Smitty.
That's them.
Yeah, when they were doing the Long Way Up, when they were doing Long Way Up, they actually they changed out the suspension on the live wires. They changed out the tires. They changed. So they were showing you that the live wire could do something that the live wire can't fucking do.
Yeah, and
well, 6 months of putting chargers in all the way along the route and having a 3-ton truck with a hydraulic deck with a great big diesel generator, 2 electric vehicles, a van with solar panels.
Yep.
I don't think anybody's.
I do that.
Really
I've got a sound man that sits on the back of my bike, and I've got another cameraman.
I'm going to put this question to everybody. Do you not think that maybe what they were doing is they were showing you what they're going to provide? If you go spend, say, £30,000, $30,000 on an electric Harley, that's in essence it's a sports bike, isn't it? Right? That's what it is. The idea is there going to be a parts catalogue that's going to come along in, say, a year's time, 18 months' time, that you can turn around and say, right, I'm going to spend 30,000 whatever on this bike, but I want to take it adventure touring. Here's 15,000 extra pounds. Please turn it into an adventure bike. Do you not think?
The thing is, with
that, I'm buying a beach bike.
If that is the game plan, if that was their game plan, they're jumping the shark. Because right now there's no aftermarket parts for the live wire. I actually checked before I made that video, so I didn't look like an ass saying that stuff.
Right. No, but not now. I'm saying, but for the future.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what I mean by jumping the shark. Because you put out this entire show about, and you're like, check out this adventure that we're having on this bike that you can't do because we don't sell you those parts. And there's nothing there with these parts are coming soon.
It don't make any sense, does it? Considering they're bringing out an adventure bike.
Yeah, I mean, I could get it if it was like a prime example. It's a movie I hate, but it's a good example. Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers came out and they had Bumblebee as a Camaro. You could for another year or so, but they were building the hype. You knew that Camaro existed. You knew it was going into production, and you knew you could buy it.
And that's what we call product placement, isn't it? That's what happens. They put something out there for eventually for you to buy. It was like the Matrix. Remember the Matrix back in the day with mobile phone?
Yeah, but the problem is with Long Way Up, they just said, hey, look, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi and one of his friends over here going on a road trip. It's not like, hey, check out this bike. It's really awesome. And by the way, next year, we're going to have all these parts that you can bolt on it too. Which, by the way, we are in the new year for the Livewire. We're in the 2021. So that means if they were even planning to do that, it's not even the second model year that they were planning to do that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they failed there. They're like, here's a bike that's doing this thing that you cannot do.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the next stage, though. When you put something out there that people think is cool and you can't get it yet, what does it make you want to do? It makes you want it more.
It was before they were available. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So when I see something out there that I go, ooh, that's shiny, I want that. Right.
But I think they feel that.
And if I can't have it, when can I have it? You know, and that's the idea. So
I think they failed that as well, just because a lot of the stuff that leaked out about that show, you know, as Jim was mentioning, they were being followed around by like generator trucks. The route that they took, they actually had to have, like, they went out and installed like power supplies.
So to be fair, that was for those trucks too, the electric trucks. But I don't think anybody was under the illusion that this is something you can do on that bike. I don't think that's even what they meant to do, because they were 100%
marketing campaign. Though you want to do something that's going to make people want to buy the bike, not something that, you know, you're like, okay, here's this thing that we're doing with this bike that you can't do. You should buy the bike. That is marketing.
It doesn't make sense, does it? It's a city bike at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just like a big scooter, isn't it? They should have used their new adventure bike that they're bringing out.
Exactly.
They
should have had those.
The thing is,
makes no sense, does it?
What they did with the Livewire. They put the Pan America tires on it, and they put the Pan America suspension on it, and sent it out there. They should have
the next one.
Just before this conversation gets a bit more heated, we need to say hello to the man.
Scouse. Yes, Scousey, you're a bad influence, mate. I already had 4. You made me get another one.
Morning, boys. Well, morning, Smitty. Obviously, how you doing, lads? Nice to see you.
Morning, bro.
Cheers, pal.
How you doing?
All right, man. Just been to the recycling shop. Told me recycling, so man, job's done.
That was your big work you had to do today? That was your big
no, mate. Hell no. I've been at work all day.
I'm working on more recycling.
So I'm going to say something that it's probably going to give, like, it's going to knock Gareth right off his chair. So you should hold on tight right now. I am actually very excited for the Pan America to come out. I think Harley might be doing something good there.
Yeah, nice.
I reckon they are. I reckon they're
all right,
doing
now
good.
leave the hat
You
up.
got BMW. You got BMW and all that are really all the Paris to Dakar and all the other stuff. So I think Harley's they got to put another
I
link
think
out
it's
there.
gonna
So
fall. I think it's gonna fall flat in its fucking ass.
Well, honestly, I don't care about the bike. I actually care about all the different technology that they're putting on that bike that could be easily rolled into their other bikes. I'm interested in that liquid-cooled engine they have. I'm interested in the fact that they're actually putting Brembo brakes on their bikes, which they have been using. Like, their baggers have Brembo and stuff, but they're not advertised. So to me, that's kind of like
I reckon it's going to do better than their Livewire.
You're buying fruitcakes. Like, I feel like they're the generic version of Brembos. So I'm very interested in that. I'm interested in the fact that the bike is fully LED. There's a lot of really interesting stuff on that bike that I could see translated to their other bikes. Yeah. So that's why I'm really interested in it. I'd love to see that engine go into a bagger and actually go toe-to-toe with the Challenger.
So I'm going to throw this one out to everybody, okay? Here's a question. And for you, and I have my version of an answer for it. Do you think Harley Davidson just wanted to be the first people out there with a fully roadworthy electric bike? They just wanted to be it. They just threw it together. They put it
But that's
together
the
as
thing,
pretty
they
much.
weren't.
I don't know though. They're not though, are they? They're not though, are
No,
they? The Chinese people.
Not many people are going to have that amount of money to buy one.
You
Before
got the Zero bikes and
Yeah,
Zero came out like a year or so before Livewire, if not more.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they're not. It's not new.
so ignore the price. Ignore the £30,000, $30,000 price tag. If somebody
Yeah.
put Zero and the Livewire beside each other, which one would you take?
Okay, to be fair, they're not even the same type of bike, right? The Zero is
Yeah.
more of an adventure bike, whereas the
Not-
Livewire is more of a crotch
Not
rocket.
true. If
So-
you go to Zero, there's about 5 different models now, and one actually looks closer to the Livewire.
There is, but that model wasn't available when they did the pre-launch to the Livewire.
Fair
So
enough.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the same category, and I think
Right.
Harley wanted it to be the first
With
crotch rocket, electric street crotch rocket. That's
Yeah,
good.
right, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because-
yeah, with the Livewire, I'd cut the price in half, and then I'd go and look at Ducatis. So that's what I'd buy. I'd go and
Yeah.
buy a 916 or a 996 or a
Yeah.
78 Strata.
Cut the
That's
price.
what I've always
Cut the
wanted.
price in half. Cut the price in half, then cut the fucking Livewire in half because it's shit.
Oh,
Mate,
You know,
Yeah.
Holy fuck, look at these two negative Nellies here.
I know.
maybe they wanted.
He's hardly said a word. Like, they want to get
well,
mad.
that's the thing.
Mate,
I really wanted to
Put
dump
them
on the
together.
Livewire, but I took that thing for a test ride, and it really is a fun bike.
Yeah, maybe they wanted to be the first big name in it because I mean, as far as I know, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Ducati, Aprilia, none of them have bought out electric bikes, have they? As far as I know,
Yeah.
It might listen. It
So-
might be fun to ride.
Yeah,
but it's
Triumph
not very
haven't.
practical.
they're getting ahead of the game,
Yeah.
aren't they? So they're getting the technology. I think they've dipped their toes in. It's similar to like the camera market with mirrorless cameras. You've got companies
Yeah,
that didn't dip into it, and now they're paying the price for not jumping
They
into electric.
That's
I think
right,
Adam
yeah.
makes a good point.
Yeah, they did the sport bike thing ages ago with the Buell. So they linked up with Buell, and that was their sports
Yeah,
bike
Buell.
back in the day.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're right.
I think the big problem with Harley is
Yeah, they went good.
that Livewire is the price, though. I mean, if they came out and they threw like a $20,000
Yeah, it's too
price
much.
tag on that, it would have sold way better. I mean,
Yeah.
it has a 100-mile radius, give or take, and then you've got to charge it. And if you're not charging it at one of the Harley charging stations, it takes like a full day to get another 100 miles out of it. It takes an 11-hour charge.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
And you look at our dealer here, didn't get the equipment to work. They didn't get any in either. To be fair, they didn't sell them, but still, there's no other dealers within 3 hours of us here, and
Well, you
they
weren't
don't even have the equipment to work on them. They don't.
you
want
weren't allowed to sell them unless you put the charger in at your dealership.
Yeah.
So if you weren't willing to
It's
spend the
like-
money and have the charger installed, you weren't allowed to sell the live wires at the dealership. So that's
If
That's
you had,
It's like
if you
I-
had
it's
a
like I said,
Livewire
until-
and you-
Unless they bring out
If
an
you had a
electric
Livewire
bike that runs
here
off
in
the
Australia-
AAA's, I'm not
well, then the
interested.
annoying part is like there's so many
Lithium.
different adapters for chargers. Like nobody's like just
If you had a Livewire in Sydney and you wanted to come up here, it's a 250, 300k ride. So halfway along the road, you're going to have to pull in and charge up. So
Yeah,
they've got a charging
happening.
station at the servo on the highway here. I've seen the plugs there the other day, but you can charge up there, and then you got to go to Sydney. So you got to find another spot halfway there to charge up again.
you'd think they'd stick some type of technology. You know, like the old push bikes back in the day. You used to have the dynamo, the light, didn't it? Used to power the light. You used to have like a thing on you.
Yeah,
You'd think they'd have it
they're
so
little
that,
generators.
Yeah,
while
just
your wheels are
pedal,
going
yeah.
around, your wheels are generating more power. So the faster
Well,
you
they
go,
got-
I've been
Listen,
thinking
you-
about
I
things-
ride a motorbike, so I don't have to pedal. Okay.
Yeah.
no, what he's talking about is like when you used to have the headlights and stuff, like the
yeah,
Exactly.
you used to have
Yeah,
a dynamo.
right,
Little
there'd
thing
be
with
like a
a
little
tire.
friction wheel
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
sit on the side of your rim. I fully agree with you, Jim. This is one of the things I've been wondering about. Like, why don't they have that?
Why?
They
So
do
it-
have it
'cause it
in their
works.
brakes, but
Yeah,
you're
so
not
it works
getting
the
much
opposite,
power.
doesn't it? An electric bike, if you're going around town, because it works off the brakes, you get more miles per gallon, or more miles per whatever it is, if you're going around town than if you're going on a long trip. So if I went 100 miles, it'd probably only just about make it 100 miles. But if I was going around town, I could probably get 120 out of it because, like you said, the regenerative braking. But I said, well, why don't they turn? Why are the wheels, when the wheels are turning around, why are they not powering the battery?
So there's being a power engineer, I can actually answer that for you.
Oh yeah, I think yeah.
So when you truly generate power, it's the little wee tiny bulb inside the old bicycle thing. I mean, that generating, and it actually, you could really feel it when you spun it with your fingers. So to make any actual usable power to recharge these bikes, to use a dynamo like that, the friction, the amount of actual energy that it takes to generate that power exceeds what you get out of it. So you actually would lose power that way. But the bike also uses regeneration through its brakes and the dynamic braking. So when you let off the hand throttle in the Harley bike, it breaks you down just like a Tesla car and stuff. And when you go it goes from generator to motor to generator to motor, depending on where the throttle is. So it does actually make its own power, but not very much.
So one of the things that I know we probably all watch Blockhead. If we all watch the Blockhead channel, you know, like are you going to unmute yourself so we can hear you?
Don't need to hear me shake my head.
Listen, sign language doesn't work with me. All right. And, so I watch Blockhead. I quite enjoy his videos. I think he spends a lot of time and effort on them, but I do like it. But one of the things he keeps forgetting, he keeps on, when he had that live wire for 1 week, he was plugging it in and going, right, I'll come back to it in 12 hours. And I'm like, but you don't need to charge it for 12 hours. You could charge it for 4 hours and then go out and use it. You know, you don't have to always go out for 100-mile journeys. You know, they're not, nobody seems to be, what I'm saying is, we're talking about using it in town. Now, I don't know how big the towns are where you're from, but I can go from one end of my town to the other in probably 5 miles, 5-6 miles. Yeah. So if I was going to use the bike just as a commuter, get around the doors kind of thing here, then I would come in, plug it in for a couple of hours, and then just disconnect it and go again.
That doesn't hurt them like it did the old NiCads. The lithium fine with that. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Does that affect the battery? What's the battery life like on these things? How good are they? How many times can you recharge them?
I think part of the mentality there is generations of people growing up with gas-powered engines. Because you don't go to the gas station, put in $2 and then head out. You go to the gas station, you fill up, and then you don't come back until it's empty again.
Clearly,
we do that all the time.
There's lots of times I only had $2 for gas.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid and I only had $2. Yeah, I'm going to the gas station, putting the $2 in, and I'm going.
That's because you're now an adult.
$1.50.
Yeah, as a grown man child with disposable income, now the only time that I go to the gas station is to fill up.
Well,
what's a disposable income?
But if you were coming in, put your bike in the garage, and then somebody said, right, we'll need to go here now. Your bike's been charging for a couple of hours. I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to take it because it needs another 9 hours to charge. I would unplug it and say, all right, I've got 50 miles, that'll do, and go. I'm not going to wait until it's fully charged to use it.
Didn't plug it in and not charge it overnight.
Yeah.
It's like charging your phone up.
Yeah. So I mean, I plug when I come home from being out and about, I'll plug my phone in, and then if I want to use it, I'll just plug. I'll take the plug out. I won't just say, oh no, it's 86%. I can't use that. I think it's a case. They're not showing that on anybody's YouTube channel. They're not showing that at Harley Davidson. They're showing plug it in for 12 hours before you can use it again. Whereas surely you can just plug it in 4 hours, right, and take the bike out and go.
I'm sure, I'm sure you can, but I think a lot of that is just like, the general public. They're going to ask, how long does it take to charge this thing?
Yeah.
Most people are focusing on that.
And then, over here, the Royal Jordanian, he took I don't know if it was a Zero or whatever out, but in London they got the petrol stations there. They've started fitting them with the the electric version of a fuel pump, and you go in there and you put your £10 in, and it takes about 10-20 minutes to charge your bike back up.
Right.
So you can sit there, have a brew, whatever, and then you're good to go again. So I don't know.
But then it also depends on like the bike you have, because like Harley actually uses a Harley specific charger.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
But you can't roll up to a Tesla charger and use Tesla.
That's where Harley's fucked up, really, because you need a multi-universal plug for them, so they can use every electric pump station.
Yeah.
It'll be more efficient for them to do that to their bikes and sell them that way. Than just to say, oh, you got to go to a Harley shop to charge a bike up. Because that's bullshit. You've got to go. All the servos have got different plugs, so you're going to have a universal adapter or something to accompany for it.
I like what I read in Popular Science last year, and that's so you've got your bike, and the whole middle of the live wire is one big lithium battery. And what they're trying to do is these high capacity energy packs, and you will literally pull yours out, slam it in the charger, grab another one out, slam it in your bike, and go. And they want to even do that with cars, and they're just cells that you replace. And so you just take the fresh ones out of the charger at a charging station and go.
That's like the gas bottle.
The other thing's like the safety side of it. Have you seen what happens when these things go up in flames? Like that, we were at here on a racetrack. They were racing zeros, and one of the bikes, I don't know if it was a zero, one of the bikes, which was an electric bike, crashed, and it has 14 cells, and it took them 14 fire extinguishers to put it out. They had to use one fire extinguisher, but they had to disconnect the batteries as well. It took them about an hour to put the bike out when it caught fire.
Lithium scary.
Yeah, it's pretty lethal.
Would have been quicker to throw fuel on it.
Probably. So it's danger of flogging a dead horse, right? Let's talk about quad locks.
Well, what? The worst thing there is him having an iPhone to start with.
No, you can't leave the room. Get unmuted and get this argument.
Tell the fucking story first. So, Brad, tell the story. Don't, Smitty.
What from yesterday? What you asking me? So I was going through my Instagram, and there was a quad lock advertisement because somebody said quad lock near me. So now that's all I get for advertising. So I said, there were some people on there all like bragging about it. So I said, well, make sure you watch the Military Bikers YouTube video before you buy this product. and Quad Lock liked it. So they saw it. So he's going to get nude now.
That's me.
That's a new YouTube famous.
Yeah, so hopefully the legal team doesn't come after me and ruin my life. So we'll see.
First time, what did Scouse Mr. Drone in a national park?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Oh
yeah, that happened as well, didn't it? I put that up in Waterton of me flying over a moose, and the National Parks Services contacted me saying, "Hey, it's illegal, blah blah blah. Can you ring this number?" I was like, "Fuck off, mate," and delete the fucking video.
Right. Here's right. So obviously, you two guys are living in Canada, and obviously, we have an export and we have a born. What's the deal with Mounties out there? Do you see them?
With
Mounties. They call them the Canadian Mountie Police.
There's a story about that that we'll talk about later privately.
I mean, when you do something wrong up there, do the Mounties just apologize to you, hand you a gallon of maple syrup?
They will
normally tase
the living shit out of you, and I can guarantee you that's true.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Right.
Yeah. They will fucking.
Is it like the old WWF wrestler? Do they show up with a cattle prod and start zapping you?
How will they go on their horses trying to keep up with that thing?
Nobody's faster than a radio.
I reckon fucking cool. They were trying to catch you.
There be an awkward silence about these Mounties. I'm a little bit concerned.
I'll tell you a story about what happens every fucking year, and Brad will brag me up here. So when the lads come over for the exercise season, like 8,000 British troops come over here. I go to work on a daily basis, and the lads are out in the town getting legless and fucking doing all the naughty stuff that they do. And on a daily basis, you get the stories. We have like a 9 o'clock meeting every morning, and all the heads of sheds are there and stuff. And it always starts with, right, what news have you got? And obviously, the news comes out that somebody was fucking tasered last night by the RCMP for no fucking reason. Gobbed off to the RCMP and got tasered. Another lad got fucking thought he start a fight with the RCMP and got fucking truncheoned to fucking over the Barnet. And like Brad says, they go to town on you, man. Literally, one of the boys spat at one of them, and he got launched. He got fucking tased, beat the fucking shit out of, and as he threw him in the back of the cop car, he busted his fucking nose clean up on the side of the door. Bosh, and you go, and then they give him a bit of that, and then took him to the cops. So yeah, they are. Don't get me wrong. There's two sides to them. Obviously, some of them. If you're a dick, you get the dick treatment. If you're nice, you get the nice treatment.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I mean, it's I'm cool with that. I've seen some videos where like people are like, "I know my rights," and they're screaming in the cop's face like,
"No, don't do that."
All you want to do is throat punch him.
So many things, like so many of these issues could just be solved if you're allowed to just punch somebody in the fucking face.
Oh, here we go.
That's exactly like Goulburn here in Australia. Between Canberra and Sydney, there's a town called Goulburn, which is an hour out of Canberra, and that's where the police academy is. So, like on the Hume Highway, it's 110 through there, and it's diverted into the town and then back out on the highway again. So there's two exits, north and south. But when you come into Goulburn, you slow down, you do the speed limit, because like Scousey said, all the young fellas there doing the academy just got graduated, and they're just all in their station, and they're out there in the squad cars, and they'll sit there and they'll lumber you for like 2-3 Ks over. And I'll just go to town on you just to get a a notch in their belt.
The thing is, man, let's be honest here, right? It's not just the RCMP; it's all the police forces across the world that have to deal with shit on a daily basis. And let's be honest, like I said, if you act like a prick to the cops, they're going to act like a prick.
If you get pulled over and you're doing wrong, I got pulled over.
Yeah,
I got pulled over once. I'll tell you a story. Like I got in my panel van and the missus and me mate. We were drag racing across Brule Lake Bridge, allegedly, and we were doing 100 and something, like 50 thereabouts, in a 60 zone, allegedly. And as we're coming out, my mate pulled off to go home up Bully Point, and it's a 60k zone, and I was backing off. And these coppers, the locals were complaining about cars coming into town too quick, and I was heading out of town, and they were sitting on my side of the road getting these cars coming in. I went panel van, and I backed off, and they pulled me over and said, "Is there any reason why you're doing 93 Ks in a 60 zone?" I said, I go, nah, fuck, you got me. I appreciate your honesty. And he did me a favour. Like, that could have been like 93 in a 60 zone, and that's 30 Ks over. That's lost a licence. And he said, because we were called out here and we're only getting, doing what we're supposed to do, we'll get you done. We'll just mark you down for 10 Ks over. I said, sweet, no worries, thanks very much. Where are you off to? I'm off to Young to see my brother, just 2 hours away. He goes, travel safely, keep the speed down there, no worries. So I just took it on the chin, got the minimum, and he's seen this, sort of seen the funny side to it, but he just appreciated the honesty, and that was it. Like, and it paid me fine, all that, I learnt from it. But I was just lucky they didn't get me down on the bridge where I was doing a ton, so
I'll tell you what I fucking asshole. Yeah. I'll tell you what I hate the most is the Royal Canadian fucking military police. They are fucking gobshites, absolute fucking knobheads. One of them came into my place. I'm a warrant officer in the army, right? And it's just the second highest rank you can get to as a non-commissioned as a NCO. And this corporal came in, right, giving it the fucking big into one of my lads, a staff sergeant, so 2 ranks above this dick. And I heard him out the corner of my ears. I'm like, who the fucking hell is he talking to? Comes in with pure attitude. Well, fucking this, that, and the other, blah, blah. I walked in. I didn't have my rank on at the time. I just had a softy jacket on because it was freezing cold.
Yeah.
And I walked in and went, "Oi, who the fuck are you talking to?" And he went, he stopped. He looked at me like, I went, "Who the fuck are you talking to? He's a staff sergeant and you're a fucking corporal. Shut your fucking mouth and have a bit of respect." "Yeah, but I'm military police. I just don't give a fuck if you're fucking Canadian RCMP police. That means fuck all to me, son. Are you still in the army?" He went, "Well, yeah." I said, "I tell you what, if you don't shut the fuck up right now, me and you are going to go walk to see your commander, who's a full colonel, and you can tell him how you've been speaking to me and to fucking a staff sergeant." He's like, "Oh, well, there's no need to be like that." And he went, "Who the fuck are you?" And I said, "Who the fuck am I?" And then you can imagine what went on there.
That's like saying, what are you going to do about it?
I was raging, fucking raging.
So this takes me on to the next. This takes me on to the next subject, right? And actually, before I go on to that subject, I think Stevie and the Bikes, Beards, and Brews can compete with the profanity tonight on the channel.
I have been dialing it back today. I've been dialing it back.
I'm going to start putting PG-13 across the bottom of this banner.
All right. I can bar
So while we're on the subject about police, military police, Mounties, all these kind of things, do you think bikers are treated differently by the police? Next question for the tonight. I think we're treated better.
I think it depends on the cop, actually.
I think it depends on the biker. There's nothing to do with the cop. It's generally, it doesn't matter if you're on two wheels or four. It's your attitude towards
your attitude.
You opened up two avenues there, because you're either the outlaw patch clubs, 1%ers, where they do get treated stricter, and then you got your social clubs like we are, or motor vloggers, or just motorbike riders. They're completely different. The cops will treat you right as long as you treat them right. But with the 1%ers over here, the law's been real strict, and they'll pull them over and go to town on them.
So here's a good example. I love what happened last summer. I was going down Dunmore Road. Scouse knows where that is.
I know where that's going.
So it was every Wednesday night in our city, they have the big, all the hot rods go to the mall. You can walk around, check out everybody's hot cars and stuff. And I try to take my duster when I can. But so that evening we were out on the bike, and one of the guys, he's a bit of a tool. He's got an orange Chevy C10 all lowered, and great big boots on the back. So he didn't see the unmarked truck behind me.
Right.
He came around the corner and he changed lanes in front of me and just baked his tires and shot gravel at us and stuff a little bit. And I'll tell you what, that cop come around beside me, gave me the "Are you okay?" And I said, "Thumbs up." And he just hammered that guy, and he got hauled out of that truck and slammed on the hood. Like, it was fantastic to watch. But I mean, I think it doesn't matter two wheels or four wheels. I've never had an ounce of grief ever.
So I mean, I've never been. I've been pulled over by the police on my Harley once, like here in the UK, and all he was asking me was what kind of bike I had. I'm being serious. That was it. You know what I mean? It was like, I've never seen one like that before. 8 bangers, all that kind of thing. And I was like, wow, but. What I have seen in the past is that the police bikers here that we have, or the off-duty police who are bikers, they seem to be a bit more lenient towards the bikers here in the UK. I don't know if that's like the other guys. I don't know if Jim agrees with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I did one of the bike safe courses with the police. No, not last year, the year before. And the coppers that ride the bikes, They know that we all speed, and they just tell you, they go, just keep it, obviously 30 in a 30 where the kids are and stuff, just keep it under 30, and just don't take the piss. When it gets into like dangerous driving, when you're going that fast that you're harassing other riders, that's when they're more likely going to do you. I mean, I got pulled on my ZX9 once. I think that was roadworks on the A12, and it was a 50, and I think I was doing 80. And the copper there that pulled me over, he was like, "Oh, we thought you was just going to fucking clear off," but he was an ex-Marine, and then he was like, and obviously I told him I was Raf Reg, he still did me though, bastard.
Well, That's what I meant by, like, you know, I think it depends on the cop. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Cop that's a rider themselves and stuff, they tend to be a little bit more lenient.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten in my fair share of trouble on my bike. But I'll usually, if I'm caught, I'll pull over and just kind of own it. I'm not trying to do any sort of like I had a friend in high school who actually stole a bike and he got chased by cops, lost control, face planted a van, and died instantly because he was doing like 120 miles an hour. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
No, like you said, it depends on the cop because there is an alleged cop over here, like he's up and down the east coast, Newcastle Bull dealer up here, which is like between Sydney, and he I won't say his name, but everyone knows him. He's a biker and all that, but he has sort of got a bit of a vendetta against bikers. Like he'll go,
okay.
He'll go to a pub and walk around out front. And you'll get summonses in the mail saying, "Oh, your pipes are too loud," or this or all that. You haven't one of them. And then you got to go and get your bike tested. So that's mine. Yeah, I'll get done straight away.
We get a lot of that. Depending on what state you're in, we get a lot of that. Like New Hampshire's right above me because I'm in Mass. Captain Granite's from there. Right. They will actually they will pull people over and start like testing the volume of their pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
They bring the like testers with them in their trucks. Bike week
in Edmonton as well.
In New Hampshire, and like they'll go through with like a metal pole and just ram it right down like your pipes to see if there's baffles in there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There was a bike rally like when the social club I was with ages ago at Dungog, and they had a really good rally there, and 1%ers and all that. We're only invite only, and they all go there. It was a really good do. But the local road hour bring $5,000 into the town, and our rally weekend brought 20. So, and then the cops got gist of it, and then they started hounding us and doing that. Like they just went to town on all the bikes one year, and that was it. Just stopped it, and it wrecked the whole town. So the rally's not there no more. Yeah. But and that was like for a good 10, 12 years.
Oh, right.
And the locals loved it. They loved the bikes going in there because you go there, spend money in their town, stay at the showground, plenty of showers, toilets, all that tattoo show, and the town would come out to the show because we had Demolition Derby and band and music all night. Like, you know what a rally's like. And we'd keep it in that area. There'd be some that would race around the streets, but mostly you'd be all in the showground. So just the cops hounded it 1 year and just put it in. There's Gally.
See you in a bit.
Right, no worries, mate.
See you in a bit.
One of the...
In the words of Arnie, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
So if you I was talking to Wild on Twos not too long ago, and he was talking. I don't know if you guys watch his channel or not, but so Wild he was a 1%er and still involved, but he's not in the same club right now. But in Texas, like I don't think you can say. Are they hard? Like, do they not treat bikers fairly? Like, they don't want you wearing your colors. They are coming down on bikers there, but it's not because you ride a motorcycle. That's got to do with organized crime.
That's
crime. So I don't think that really has anything to do with being a motorcycle rider. But
So one of the things that, like, as a newbie to the motovlogging kind of thing. One of the things I noticed last year when I started like putting the GoPro in front of the helmet and stuff, was the reaction differently? Like, was the reaction from motorists on the road? Now, and up where I am, up here in Scotland, the car drivers are notorious for speeding and not really behaving themselves, so to speak. But the minute I put that GoPro on the helmet, it was automatically, they were like, "Oh wow, he's got a camera. I need to behave myself." It was, and that was what I've noticed, before the winter came. So I just wondered if you guys have had maybe the same experience.
I found that, and I found that more bikers will wave to me when the camera's on. They don't want to be that one dick who doesn't wave to another biker.
It blends in with my helmet so much. I don't think 99% of the people even see that there is a camera.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to jump though, so just want to.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed. I noticed it quite a lot, you know. But I just thought it was almost like it was either me just being overly paranoid, or I did actually notice that the cars were a bit more aware that you were filming them, so did something stupid that you would have them recorded, immortalized, you know. So, you know.
Yeah, no, I've not really noticed any difference, to be honest.
No,
most people in Essex drive like dicks anyway, so mongs.
And then usually all drive around the big 4x4s and all that other kind of stuff. So, you know.
But then again, like back in the day when you were in the social club, before the phones were just coming into the whole situation, if you were riding like a patch club and sort of overtaking on double lines and places where you're not supposed to, and then the cars have got cameras, like they're all got a mobile phone. So these days, like it doesn't now. Like these days, you just got to think everyone's got a phone. So like if you're doing something bad, if you're breaking the law, you're going to get pictured. Then they can just go to the cop shop, the next town, and send it in. So these days, really, you do have to behave and within reason and have fun within reasons and. Everyone's the web's out there. Like it's good in some ways and bad in others. So
that's because the minute you do anything now, everybody's gut reaction is to
straight up. It's not like you see it, all right, mate. Hang on, I'll take a photo.
Filming it.
You know, because I noticed that the minute you. Like, was it the minute you walk, like you're walking through a park or something right now during lockdown? Everybody's got their phones on their hands, haven't they? Everybody walking around with a phone like this. So and there's a button here that basically instantly goes to your camera or your video. So the minute something happens, it's just you know, and you think to yourself, what chance have you got anymore? You have no chance. You're guilty right away because somebody's filming it and they're going to be edited. You know, so I just think that the world has totally changed now, especially with having like cameras and mobile phones.
Back in the day, you used to have your wallet on you all the time, but now you got your wallet and your phone because your phone's your computer, your phone's you got your banking on there, you got everything. The phone's your lifestyle, and so's your wallet. So.
The other thing as well. The other thing I found as well, because I got done for speeding about 6 months ago. I forgot that they set some new cameras up, some new average speed cameras, and I was using the Calamoto app, and that records everything. That records your top speed and all your average speed and everything. So I looked on the Calamoto app, and I was like, "Fucking hell, yeah!" I got caught doing 70 in a 60, but I was doing 100 just before that. So I was just like, you know, lucky I hadn't. That would be me banned, and I would have been.
So, you bring that up, Jim, and we did talk about that before. So I just saw in a news article yesterday that's I can't remember where in the States it was, but some motovlogger was doing like 200 miles an hour, looked down at his speedometer, and the police saw the speed on his bike and nailed him. So. I know Gesto and Lane always blur out their speedometers on their vlogs.
Right. So I've had this. I've actually had the police. What do you call it? I've had Anyway, they've said to me, so they've seen one of my videos and they said, it's a bit naughty because I blurred it out. But 44 Teeth had an insurance guy who does all about the law and everything, and he was talking about that, and he says unless you're going. Something ridiculous like 150 in a 30 and you're being dangerous, they won't prosecute you. He goes, there's no point blurring it out, but if you're dangerous riding, going past people, you know, people too close and going over when you shouldn't be overtaking and doing blind bends, like Gesto was actually doing some of that on one of his videos. Then they'll try and prosecute you, but it's quite hard to try and because they have to go to that specific bit of road, and then there's a lot of it goes into it.
I was filming that because I do story time as well. I always ride the bike and I'll tell a story and this one was about a murder up at Ellenborough, locally here. And I was on the highway roaring back from Newcastle, sitting on you 10 k's over, thereabouts type of thing. And I'm filming, and I'm looking, oh shit, a copper. Okay. Oh well, anyway, I just kept talking like you're saying. I was 15 k's over. He was happy. He's standing there. Obviously, it wasn't up on his limit, and he let me go. But then to jump in the car and turn the key on and chase you, that's really got to be worth it. And they usually, if you're doing over 130 or something, they'll chase you. But if you're just over, 9 times out of 10, they'll turn a blind eye to it.
That's why I don't like photo radar, because the photo radar camera set for 10 clicks over, and you will get it for 10 clicks over every time. Whereas a police officer will just go, it's not worth his effort at 10 clicks over, but the city will generate $10 million this year off 10 clicks over. So
that's the revenue. And over here, they got one, the RTA, like the government have got one. They'll park a car and they'll put a A-frame sign probably 50 metres from it or 10 metres from it and say your speed's camera ahead. And once you go past the car, they'll say your speed's just been registered. And those ones, there is a story saying you don't have to pay them because it's just a revenue for the government. And I don't know how true it is. And I've heard some people have fought it and got off, and other people they just pay it. But there's there is a car they'll put in certain situations. You'll go past it and they'll lumber you for it. But.
All right, okay. So I'm just going to ask. I mean, I follow a lot of the Harley pages in Australia, and it's half the reason that one of my bikes has been designed around because of the V-Rod is a big bike over there, with the handlebars, big wheels, all that kind of thing. But what I did notice is a lot of the younger guys are all running around wearing shorts, t-shirt, and like Nike or Max trainers riding their bikes over in Australia. Has it always been like that, or is that just a new thing, or
I think with the t-shirts and all that and how they're doing all that, I think that is just a new fad the way it is. But like on a hot day here, don't get me wrong. Now that particular video I was talking about, I had a leather jacket. It was 38 degrees, nearly 40. Stinking hot in the middle of the day, and I rolled my leather jacket up with the hockey strap and my wet weather gear and stuck them on the hangers. And I was riding home just in a t-shirt. So, but if you got t-shirts on, thongs, shorts, and a singlet and your helmet, you're not going to go do the ton. You're going to ride. You're going to ride to within your reasons, because like in the back of your head, car can come out. You got to be careful, and like I said, prepare for the ride and slide, but you don't have to wear the shit all the time. You going down the street, put your jeans and t-shirt on, just be more wary, which is what you do. And I've been riding since I was 6, so you just doesn't say I'm good or an expert. It's just like you ride within your boundaries, and with us as bikers, yourselves, you got more field of view, so you expect everyone that's going to hit you. So you're on the anchors. You got your hands on the clutch. You got your foot on the pedal, ready to hit the brake, and you're expecting the unexpected, and that's the way to ride. That's my tip to all the learners too. You got to think like that.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say that's one of the things that bugs me. Is like is the cyclists. So over in the UK, we get a lot of the cyclists. And you'll see them sometimes without their helmets on and that, and they're not governed or controlled or whatever. I reckon they should have a bib where they've got like the registration number on or whatever, because they don't adhere to traffic lights. They don't do. And again, I've got a mate who races bikes, and he'd come off of his one he's doing about 30 miles an hour, and the gravel rash down his legs and everything. And it's just like,
those bikes have got
they're more at risk than us. You know what I mean? But they're on the road and they won't have a helmet on or whatever.
We call them cyclists. We call them mammals, like middle-aged men in lycra.
It's rats, isn't it? Yeah, with
that's sausage over into a subject that's a little bit sensitive in Canada right now. The Sikhs with the turbans don't have to wear helmets in this province.
It's the same
and nobody cares from you're a Sikh point of view, be a racist. It's like, well, if they don't have to wear a helmet, it's about survival. It's about, protection. Well, then we should just do away with the helmet laws and you do whatever you want. And I actually agree with that. I have ridden without a helmet when I go to the US. Like 3 or 4 times just to see what it's like because it's kind of feels great, right?
Yeah,
but as far as I think it should be your choice. I think you should have the choice whether to wear a helmet or not.
That's a big one over here too. Before the COVID hit, I don't know so much now, but before COVID hit, like, you know, as you go into a survey, you got to take your bike helmet off. You do over here. You got to take your helmet off and go in. But then you got the ladies over here, the Muslims with their burqa. I'm like, to take it off. And by law, they support that. And like, you don't know who's under the burqa. It could be a dude dressed up in there like that. And
burqa,
like that. So like the whole burqa thing was a real big issue over here. It's sort of subsided and all that now, but like, they're saying we had to take our helmets off to go into a servo to pay for your gas and all that type of stuff. They got people with burqas and all that in the shopping centres.
I think that's a totally that's a whole evening's conversation. That
it is. It's a whole another example.
It's amazing. It's amazing the difference. You know, it's a case of like as bikers, over the years, every time I've walked into like a petrol station, gas station, I've always been asked to take my helmet off, and I've always obliged.
I forgot I was on mute. I forgot I wasn't on mute. I just found out.
I genuinely thought the minute I said I put my helmet off, he got all excited. I was a bit concerned.
I need to ask Smitty a question. Smitty, I don't only follow motor vloggers. I don't think any of us do. But there's this guy in Australia that I follow. This Australian guy is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I can. Is it called? Oh God! It's called Big Stack D. BIDSTAC. He's got 747,000 followers, and all he does is he's got these little furnaces and he melts metal and makes companies. But it's he doesn't talk any of them, and they're like 5 to 7 minutes long, and it is just, I don't know, it's something that caught my attention. I saw it, I thought, well, this will be dumb. You're melting down copper and putting it in molds, but it actually is fantastic. I love the guy, and he's in Australia too, and his channel is just brilliant. I just wondered if you've seen him before.
That's what's really taken off too. They got this new short thing that's challenging TikTok with all YouTube and like. Within 3 minutes,
I've always done a short thing.
You got 3 minutes to do it, and the shorter the better. Like you do a 10 second, 20-second video, and they're getting smashed. Like they're getting like 300, 700 views, 600 views. Whereas
because they've got an attention span this big now.
Yeah, exactly right. That's all it is. It's just like click, 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 and it's just getting your click rates up. So. I've tried a few, but me personally now I'm just going to use it as a bit of a like a trailer for what videos come up in future. That's the way for us to use it for, and to what your channel's going to throw out there, and then still do your YouTubes.
I mean, that shorts is quite good. You know, I mean, if you're good, like I think that the YouTube shorts is fantastic to create a small advert. You know what I mean?
It started in India,
You know, I think, you know what I mean? It's, if you actually look at the history of that, it's more been directed towards like India and the rest of like Malaysia and like the Asian continent, because they seem to be the ones who are trying
short over there.
Yeah, but what they're saying is this. I lost my chain of concentration. I'm done. Lockdown life, I'm absolutely done.
Sorry, man.
That's it's YouTube's way of trying to compete with TikTok. You know, it's like, have we all now?
That's all they've done. They've done it to challenge TikTok.
Yeah. Is this now saying that our generation now has got the attention span of a demented goldfish?
15 to 20 seconds. That's it.
Yeah. You know.
So I thought I read that YouTube's trying to buy TikTok.
Well, I wouldn't surprise me, but if TikTok is to get banned out of the US like it's meant to, then I'd probably see that as a pretty pointless exercise, because something like United States is probably one of their biggest participators, So, but
What was that?
I don't know. Somebody's raving. Somebody's. What are you doing?
What is that? There's some fucker living on the streets.
There you go. So there's a good comment. Look, here's a particular example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but come on, Craig's a legend, man. He get fucking views, thousands of views all the time.
I've done three to four shorts, and they're still only getting 20 views. My videos only getting sort of 50, 60 views, depending on when they've watched it. So it really hasn't helped me at all. So
the thing is, I think if you look into it, I'm not saying to change it, but
it's all to do with your content and what they're interested.
Yeah, I think you've got to. It's like when you upload a normal YouTube video, you've got to add it. If you do it on your phone, which is quite good, but if you actually do it via a desktop computer, like a iPad or something, you can still add in the tags and still add in the description, and you will get there. I added a couple of buzzwords in there with mine. I went to bed with 27 views on it, and I woke up with 400 the following morning. And I went, where did all this come from? And it was almost like some country had just said, right, you can now look at YouTube for tonight. It was like parts of the.
It's weird how it works, mate. Because I do a live every month on the 13th of every month. One will be sort of next week or so. But I did a tester with Big Bert down in Tassie, and I've just labelled it tester video. And I looked at it once after probably a month or so that it's been there. Then it had 600, 700 views. I thought, why? It was only I've got onto him all I was doing was logging on, working out StreamYard, getting it all sorted. Yep, done. 3 weeks. Thanks, mate. And chatted to him for about 20 minutes, and that's all it was. It was nothing special. Yeah. And it was only a tester, and it got 600 and something views.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
It's unreal.
I'm behind with all this fucking short shit. I need to get me. Sorry for swearing. I need to get my. I need to pull my finger out my ass and get on it. To be fair,
same here.
Sorry
I'm getting a lot of bugging.
You need to wash your mouth out, Scousey. I don't swear.
I know, mate. It's I don't swear at all.
Rev, what's the name of your other channel? He says he's got another whole separate channel just for short videos. What is he? I'm curious to know what that is.
Oh, he's kept that one quiet. You are a short arse scouse. That's not the name of your channel, is it?
Short arse. Well, that's a weird name for a channel, but okay.
I'm not a short ass, man. I'm 5'2". It's over here.
What's the height to be legally admitted? Is it 4 foot?
When I put my stilettos on, I'm 6'7", so it's fine.
I quite like. I think YouTube is a great tool. I think the Shorts is a good tool. I have got TikTok on my phone, but I will say I'm a little bit like it's addictive. It's horrible. It's addictive because you think to yourself, I'll just watch it for a couple of minutes, and before you know it, 30 minutes have went by, and you've just watched a complete pile of dribble. It is that bad.
It's a fucking rabbit hole is what it is.
Exactly.
And I don't do it till I go to bed. I'm going to watch 2 videos or something. I go to bed, and next thing it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to feel like crap all day tomorrow. Yeah, it's scary, man.
And that's the thing. So what happened is when I first got mine, I was like, it was cars and motorbikes, and I was flicking through it. And see the minute you stop on some girl shaking her ass in front of it, right? Wait till I tell you, right? The minute you stop, the minute you sit and go, I'll watch this lassie shaking her ass on TikTok for 30 seconds. My wife can hear this, by the way, so it's fine. Right? So she watches this, and then all of a sudden, every video afterwards will be the same.
Yes, yeah.
It's a learning algorithm. It's almost
like you liked her shaking her ass.
No. Sure.
I've told you before, I've completed Pornhub, so it's fine.
On that, guys, I'll have to go. I'll catch us later, all right?
Well,
okay,
yeah, see you, pal.
thank
See
you.
you later.
See you later.
No worries. It's been good.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Take it
Not a
easy, mate.
problem.
No, it's like that, isn't it? It's like you go onto like TikTok or something, and you get inhaled into the woman world of TikTok, and then you think, all right, what's next? And then you I don't really go on Facebook as much anymore, but Instagram and and everything, you just get drawn into it, and then before you know it, hours of your days went by, and it can be a bit of like a rabbit hole, you can end up in it and go, where the hell am I? I'm in Wonderland now, so it's
I'm not kidding you. I like on TikTok though, after about 7 hours of scrolling, there's always that goofy guy that comes on there and says, "Hey, you've been on long enough. It's time to shut your phone off and go to sleep." And that's why I'm like, oh my God, because that doesn't come on for like 2 hours.
is that what it takes?
Yeah. So, and then my wife always just, I get the elbow, go to sleep. He told you to
I could watch 2 hours of girls shaking their ass on TikTok. Not for a lot.
Mate, I don't do TikTok. I've got a digital watch, so I can't go on TikTok.
Oh,
Brad, I picked that up for you today, lad. I know you like to work on your stuff.
What's that?
Oh God, that's the biggest crime syndicate. Biggest crime syndicate.
I knew you'd have something to say.
Fucking right. He's a fucking thief. He's a piece of shit.
Don't hold back. Just exorcise the demon.
I knew you'd have something to say about it. I was like, yeah, buddy.
I thought it was just the brown beer, but it's you. I'm always calm. And then they came over and fed me some brown beer. What's that shit?
Nuki Brown Ale.
Nuki Brown.
And then like one can, and instantly I'm fucking mad at everything.
That's like Zed with his fucking bookie.
Buckfast. Oh, they have from what I remember, Newcastle, there's a special ward, I think, for the drinkers of that stuff. One of my dad's friends from years ago, he was addicted to the stuff, and I'm sure he ended up in the hospital with liver problems just because of that Nuki Brown. Because it's like tar. It's like liquid tar, isn't it? So
yeah.
He's
they all went home after my fire, and they're going,
you tried that stuff?
I'm off the drink anyway. I'm not drinking no more.
Oh, I see that. You don't drink any less either.
Yeah.
Nah, exactly true.
Yeah. What about yourself, Jim? Have you tried the Nuki Brown?
No, I've never tried that. I've seen it. I've never tried it though.
No. It's I don't know. It's a particular taste, isn't it? It's like it's heavy, isn't it? It's heavy, and it's a 70. Oh my God!
Brown ale, there it is.
Brown
ale is though, isn't it? Brown ale is a.
They tried to kill me with this shit.
Anonymous.
Oh, anonymous.
Greetings, AB.
Oh, good evening.
AB
finally shows up.
Oh,
you've got... he's been to OCC today. He's been to Orange County Choppers today.
Was he?
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't mind me saying so.
His nose is grown, and that's not his nose, supposedly.
I see. Craig's always hanging in the side chat, because he can't come in because his fucking internet is shite.
Yeah, shocking,
right, okay, right.
Because he hasn't paid his bill, man.
He's anonymous.
So what was I take it? I never seen that. I take it that was his video today. Was he at Orange County Choppers? He said.
Yeah, he was at OCC. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Right, okay.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. I don't know if that was top secret, AB. I do apologise if that was top secret, mate. I've just blown you right up.
What a blabbermouth you are. I can't believe you just...
I know. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, that's one place I'd like to go. I've obviously been travelling. I would love to go there just to see that building. I remember when I watched the episode of them building the headquarters, from the original.
Huge, isn't it?
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah, I'd like to go see that. I think it's You know, I mean, they went from, you know, a couple of guys knocking stuff together in a back room to having this like mass manufacturing plant, you know, like building choppers, you know, and so I think it would be quite good just to see, you know, because. But the only thing is, though, do you think there was a big change in their bikes? You know, like they were starting to produce generic bikes at one point, weren't they? Like for the market.
You know what I think the turning point was? I think the turning point was, remember when they went, like you just said there, they said, right, let's stop making custom choppers. Well, we'll push that to one side, but let's have a generic bike that we're going to make en masse.
Right.
And that's where I think it went wrong, man.
Here she comes.
He's a lot better looking than you.
Look, told you this internet's not working properly. Look, tight ass, bro.
Every time.
It's John Wick.
It's John.
Good job.
Quick, shoot his fucking dog.
Oh my god! Careful, a bit of a pencil.
Look at his face.
There you go.
Anonymous Biker wants a date.
Is she single?
That's honking.
Craig, come on, mate. Sort that internet out, will you? Get the computer on.
You need satellite or something.
Analog, isn't it?
Put a pound in the meter.
There's people in Ethiopia who've got better Wi-Fi than that, isn't there?
And I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Look, he's talking. Look. And he's paused. Oh. It's like Stephen Hawkins, man. Here, that.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if he's landing or coming on to Scouse. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out.
That sounds wrong, man. I'm not going there with that.
Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. Like, well, did Anonymous Biker not just say that it's an empty shell? So it's empty now.
All right.
All right. Okay, I didn't realise it was done. Is it? I thought it was still going. I thought he was still working in that building. No. All right. Okay.
100,000 square feet. Holy crap!
Yeah, that was a beast. That, you know. But that was. You think that was? You know, I mean, was that not half funded by Discovery Channel though? That's one of the things. Stats
might have been, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was a money spinner for that show, wasn't it? You know what I mean? That's Discovery Channel were churning those programs out every day. You know.
Did he scupper it all though? When didn't he have a tip with his son?
Yeah,
and then his youngest son had a few issues, didn't he, with drugs and stuff and whatever, didn't he?
I still think to this day though that argument between him and his son was all staged for TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Oh no, they're not talking anymore. There's an argument there, and you think to yourself, nobody falls out with their parents for that long.
Yeah.
All right. You know, so.
I think I need to address Anonymous's question. We addressed it with Toby. Canada built a wall between us and the United States.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that happens. You know what I mean? Do you feel safer? That's the main thing. Do the Canadians feel safer because of it? You know.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, well, there you go. You know, so, what was it? What was the? Now, I'm not obviously a World War I or World War II fanatic, but it was years ago. Somebody said the Japanese wouldn't invade the United States because behind every tree there was an armed American. I think that was I can't remember who said it, but that's what they said. It was something to do with why the Japanese basically wouldn't invade the United States is because like every American was technically armed, you know. And I was like, and that I can imagine, and that's just Texas. You know, so I can totally get that, and that's actually something I could bring up on. Is there's no Americans in this room at the moment, and I'd like to have asked Bikes, Beards and Brews. Now, when I was in the States a couple of years ago, I was talking to a few bikers, and they were armed. They were actually riding around on their bike with guns on them. You know,
that's normal, mate. That's normal, that man.
Yeah, depending on what state you're in. Yeah, you got open carry, concealed carry.
I was in Texas. I was in, because I went to a bike meet one night, and the guys were just sitting talking away, and he had to he had a leather vest on, and he moved the leather vest, and he was like, "Oh, I need to put that gun in a different position," and I thought he was just taking the piss, to be honest. And then it was like, no, it was actually, like an actual Glock he had in his pocket, and I went, "Oh my god," So
I was out there.
So alien, isn't it? Aliens was.
Yeah. I was at a house party in North Carolina with some friends from the 82nd, and they had a couple of their civvy friends turned up, a black guy and a Hispanic guy, and they both were carrying Glocks. Because I got a picture of me sitting there at the party with a cigar and these 2 Glocks, so they emptied them for me. But they were carrying them because they were more frightened of the police than anything else. Because it was at the time when you had couple of those road coppers, wasn't it, were shooting black people for no reason, weren't they?
Right.
So they were carrying it for particularly for that reason. So
wow,
it's mental.
They choose a better gun than a Glock.
Yeah,
Glock's all right. Glock's okay.
But what I'm saying is, it's the mentality.
Better than a Browning high power.
I mean, it's the mentality. Like somebody from as myself as like a biker from Scotland. It's like, oh my god, he's on the whiskey or something.
What's he got there? Oh yeah,
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack. Looked like it, didn't it?
Oh dear.
Sting.
Wait it out. Sturgis 2017.
Oh, it was a good year.
Scousey's sister. There we go. Try this again. Scousey's sister's brother.
Is he still going? Is he
still working on
it?
I mean, I don't. Right, so you have to remind me in Canada that you can't walk about with a gun, can you?
No. If you want to kill people, yes, but no, ordinarily not.
Right.
No.
Okay, well, let's not pretend we're going to go kill people tonight, right? Right? Are we like so? You can't. It's not like Texas where you can walk around. No. Right. Okay. Right,
nope.
Right.
Brad'll know more than I do, but from what I've known for the past 6 years, no, it's completely legal to walk around with a 9mm. Brad, 9mm are completely illegal to have, aren't they?
Legal to have?
No, illegal.
Illegal.
To have or to carry?
To carry.
You can have it.
Oh, right.
You can't carry.
Just the only thing in Canada is you can't carry, but we're restricted. I mean, you can. The only thing they did now is AR platform and a whole shit ton of guns that are semi-automatic 5.56, 223, 7.62 they're not banned, but you can't do anything with them. They kind of like are house arrested. You can sell them if you want to, but you can't even take it to the range now. But restricted stuff, like I have handguns and rifles and shotguns, and there's no issue with them right now. But yeah, you can't carry.
Yeah. So that's one of the things, right? So when I've got friends and relatives that live in Tennessee, and when they buy handguns, I buy baseball caps. They just have rooms full of weapons as a hobby. It's almost like you walk in and go, "Oh, this is my, this is this pistol, this is this revolver," and you think to yourself, you only need one, but they have like 30. I just wondered if it was the same in Canada. You buy for a hobby, or is it?
Actually, it's harder to get a restricted weapon in Canada than it is in the U.S. It's the background checking is a little more rigorous, but I mean, I have the 5.56 9mm and semi-auto shotgun for shooting 3-gun competition. I don't hunt, but and then I also have a 6.5 Creedmoor with an MDT chassis that I use for bench league for long range shooting.
Right. Okay. Right. So
mine's all for sport.
Yeah. So the Americans have obviously carry their guns for their own protection, so to speak, right? So they obviously carry it in their cars, or they'll carry it riding their motorcycles because they obviously must feel threatened. So so do you think? So obviously the Canadians can't do it. Do you think it's justified then that they carry weapons on their bike? I don't think it's justified.
You know what? I don't think it's because they feel threatened. We go to the States so much, and we have so many American friends.
Yeah.
And it's not about feeling threatened. It's about, it's kind of like the whole nuclear thing, it's mutual destruction. So if I got a gun and I know you got a gun, less likely to mess each other. And it's their 2A. They always talk about their Second Amendment right to carry.
Yes.
So they exercise that right, I think, more than they feel threatened. But that's just my opinion from the friends that I have in the U.S.
Yeah, okay. It's something that, you know,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I had to swap out the cameraman. I was sick of looking at me looking through a webcam thing.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill.
Little fella.
How are you, buddy?
Hey. See these guys? If you ever see these guys in real life, run away.
Run away. Run!
Look what I got.
Look what Brad's got. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can say thanks
the
to Brad.
Mandalorian.
Do you got one of those?
Thanks to Brad. There you go. Good lad. He's shouting thanks, Brad.
Oh, you're welcome.
Said you're welcome. Right, go and beat it now. Adult stuff. We're talking about things that you
adult stuff.
Adult stuff.
No, I don't think there's any adults in this room.
No.
Go play month night or whatever it's called. Weekly day thing, whatever.
That's why I don't have a crotch rocket anymore, because my brain is still 18 and my reflexes are 54.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'll just kill myself.
I just always wondered. You know, I had a guy who I worked beside in Saudi, and he talked about having like his gun and had in Texas all the time, and he would say, "Oh, I walk around with open carry and when I'm riding my bike," and I always think to myself, "Is that asking for trouble? You know, is it? Are you walking around with a gun? Are you asking for trouble, or are you just trying to say, don't give me any trouble?" You know, I mean, that would be something that. You know,
you don't really notice it that much. You see the odd when I've been out there, like in Jordan places, you don't really. You see the odd person maybe when it rides up their t-shirt if they've got it down there. But I mean, they don't walk around with like assault rifles or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I think it's
just those are in the car.
Other than
I mean, you see those crazy videos on YouTube, don't you? You know what I mean? Like they're driving their truck down the freeway, and then all of a sudden somebody pulls up alongside them, just, you know, like being a bit of road rage, and the guy in the truck will pull the gun out of the window and the car hammering, and you go, "Oh my God, what would happen if this thing you pull up?" You know, it's like, it's
I don't know. So there's days when I feel like there's so many, let's just say it, the fucking meatheads in this world, that I would been in the odd situation where I wish I had my 9mm. My own self. But really, I really like living in a country that I don't have to feel that way. There's meatheads here too. Don't get me wrong, and it will do you harm. But per capita, I mean, there's less people in the entire country of Canada than in the state of California. But we have the landmass almost of the United States, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have that uptight "fuck you" attitude all the time. And I mean, I got more American friends almost than Canadian friends. Don't get me wrong. But it just there's a tension when you're in the U.S. when you're from another country anyway. I get love it down there, have a blast, but it's always here that you know everybody's got a gun, and am I going to set that guy off, right? Like, he cut me off, so I can't even fuck you in traffic because I'm afraid the guy's going to shoot me, right? So,
I haven't taken that into account. I haven't taken that into account. I'm always going when I'm down. I'm like, fuck off, man. I haven't thought about that till you actually just said that, so I might have to calm it down.
That has literally stopped me from doing it a lot of times.
So one of the things I was going to jump, I'm going to come off the weapons because it's not everybody's favourite subject anyway. So I have noticed one thing in the last week, and I'm learning of everybody. Like, as a new motor vlogger, I'm learning of every one of you guys because you've been doing it a lot longer than I have been. And one of the things from this guy that I've learned in the last week is the amount of videos this man has premiered for the next 2 months is scary.
He hasn't he?
Now, I'm going to ask, is like there's a few people watching, you know what I mean? There's 7, 8 people watching at the moment. Do you have a thought process, Stevie, like why you're doing it, or is it just a case that you just want to be planning for the future, or are you going away somewhere, or you know?
No, I think, mate, as most you've probably seen it 1,000 times over. I think the reasoning behind what I've done is last winter I was struggling for content during the winter, and my views and subscribers sort of slowed down massively over the winter because in Alberta you can't ride during the winter clearly, not just Alberta, but I thought this year I'd come more prepared and I would knock out a video every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. But because I've had so much time off work, and Jim will attest to this as well.
Yeah.
With that beard there, I thought, well, why not? Why not become prepare more this time round? So I've got videos out till right up to the end of March. So realistically, I don't need to do anything else now. So I maybe need to do a couple more videos in April, maybe of just stuff. I've got the oil change and stuff to do on the sporty. But I think I'm covered till we can ride again, if that makes sense. So I thought, let's get it. That was my rationale behind it. Was if I pump out as many videos as I possibly can, not just shite stuff that people will actually watch. And that way I can just, because I'm doing other things right now, I'm busy with a lot of things, and while I have the chance to do that and prepare it, then I've got time to just take a step back and think, right, I can crack on with life stuff and leave that to sort of run itself, mate. And I'm so glad I did it because there's the videos coming out that you guys have probably seen the thumbnails and stuff. There's videos coming out that are really cool. I mean, like the Synco wireless mic stuff. I mean, that's coming. These are phenomenal, man. I absolutely love these, and they are literally half the price of the Rode ones.
Oh, good.
So,
that's good.
As somebody who's ignorant to it, what is that thing? What is it? Is it like
I can't even show you on a camera. So basically, I'll show you. I'll open it up and show you. I don't want you're going to waste my video now. So
you got to wait.
No, you don't have to just do your YouTube video. Just
quickly, because you'll see what I did. I've shared this with Anonymous already because he was on about buying some. And I said to AB, I said, yeah, mate, have a look at this review before you go and buy some wireless mic stuff. And he loved it, and he went and bought a set himself. So. That's the transmitter. I think you can see that's the transmitter. I mean, that's how big it is, and it's got a built-in mic on the top there. If you can see it,
right?
It's also got a connection for a lavalier mic on the side there, there.
Cool.
And basically, what you can't see it because it's on top of the camera, but this is the transmitter, and the receiver is built in, is on top of the camera where your Rode microphone goes and plugged into the side of the audio jack. So I did a test of this, mate, and this is all wireless. It's all wireless, right? And these sound amazing. It sounds phenomenal. And I walked 200 meters away from the camera, and you'll see it on the video when it comes out, and they were still going. They were brilliant. They started cutting out ish, but I mean, there was a big, massive cell tower next to where I live. And I think they were slightly interfering, but. That's it there, mate. I just clip that. You can clip that onto your Kex or your pants or your top or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to, I mean, the good thing about these is you can just go like that, and that's your mic. You know what I mean? But if you wanted to add the lavalier mic that you're talking, you plug in, it's just a tiny little one.
Right. Okay.
Put that in as well. And honestly, mate, for $100 and whatever many dollars I paid for these, I can't really remember now. Which is literally half the price of Rode wireless Go microphones. Yeah, these, mate. Just you'll see on the review, it's phenomenal. Honestly,
because I still use. I started using a Tascam, and that for me that was because I had more control over the audio editing. Because with my accent and my deep voice that I have, I kept on clipping. And so I just decided to get one of these so I could take it into post and I can adjust everything about my voice. Whereas I found that with other stuff, I didn't really have that kind of like that control or that flexibility. And I'm thinking about upgrading to something like that. But maybe once I've been doing this vlogging thing for maybe a bit longer, see how it develops. So
all I can say, mate, is if you're looking at a wireless microphone setup. I mean, AB's saying they're awesome. He's using them and stuff already. But if you're thinking about doing it, and the difference, mate, between the Rode on the top of them, on like what we've got, guys, is the difference, mate, when you actually attach that wirelessly it's just it's second to none, mate. It's honestly it's a miles and miles of difference.
Right,
You know, when you've got good audio, people will like the channel even more.
Exactly, and I think that's definitely something that we think we've all taken, definitely, because I noticed a few months ago people's audio was a bit patchy. You know, I didn't notice it was cackly, and
you
then
need good audio.
the last 4 or 5 months, everybody's audio. I don't follow that many, and I'm still finding people who to watch and subscribe to, but the people's audio in the last 6 months has went from having a slight cackle and a bit too much wind noise to this crystal clear. You know, like it sounds like they're actually dubbing over the top of their video. It sounds it's that clear.
Yeah.
You know, because I noticed that with, not to name drop, but you know, like the Shade Tree Surgeon and they kind of guys, it sounds like, how are they doing 60, 70 miles an hour and it's so crystal clear? Are they editing this back in the house? So
I don't know what he's using.
Oh, I have no idea.
Purple Panda or Pink Panther or whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
So that's what I just got was a Purple Panda last half of last year, and night and day.
Right, okay.
Much of a difference.
So we know, obviously, this man has about 5 videos or something pre-planned until 2023 or something, right? Is everybody else?
Not including the live streams as well.
Not including the live streams, that's for sure. I'll make sure I don't do them on a Friday from now on.
That's so good, mate. So good.
There's a guy that I know that just he's gonna beat the shit out of me if I don't make more videos, and he's really encouraging, and he's been like outstanding help for my channel. So I kind of had a lull there for a bit, and I get into these creativity slumps. I'm not a natural at this. I struggle big time, but so I
doesn't come across your videos, mate.
What?
It doesn't come across in your videos.
It is a struggle for me big time, but I got part 2 will be out Sunday of my heated grip install. I've got 2 more in the chamber, and I've got a shorts kind of that I'm just about done. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I told him I would do it yesterday, but my wife got home from work. We had supper, then she wanted to go grocery shopping. So by the time I got home and stuff, I couldn't do it last night, but I will do it tonight. My first short, I haven't done one yet, so it'll be crap. but I'm going to give it a try. He's really encouraging, so I appreciate someone that takes the time to try and
definitely
to work my channel better. So
Who is it?
What was it?
Who is it?
My secret mirror.
Ellis, you can't just say all that and not say who it is, man.
Yes, I can.
Oh, right, okay. I'm sitting there going, you know. What about you, Jim? I know you like to do your videos impromptu, so have you got any planned? Or?
Yeah, I schedule them. So I got I did a review of my my Bluetooth thing. That's coming out Monday, so I've scheduled that. I haven't done the I did do premieres, but I haven't. It's not a thing I do. I normally just schedule it. So the Finally Fridays, I'm just editing one at the minute from today's ride, and obviously Monday when I ride back. But normally, if I'm doing a lot of commuting, then I'm normally about a month in advance on the Finally Friday, because I've recorded that much material. I can schedule it a month in advance. But I normally like to get, so I'll try and get a video out Monday and a video out, obviously Finally Friday comes out. But because of this lockdown and everything that's going on, these live streams, I think this is the way ahead. And it's not just us motor vloggers. Everybody seems to be doing it. I've seen everyone I follow, like camera people and people that do pop culture and that, everyone now is doing live streaming. So it's really taken off now, because it's like now we can talk about bikes, and we can, what you'd normally do like on the motor vlog, you can do on a live stream, can't you? And
that's right.
Loads of people come, and you get loads of views on it as well. So,
can I make an observation?
Say again, mate.
Can I make an observation quickly, just while we're talking about the live stream stuff?
Yeah.
So what I found last year when I started doing these lives, right, on a weekly, sort of bi-weekly basis, was that my views of my actual videos dropped by half.
Right.
Yes. Now I watch a couple of pop culture guys, and they said exactly the same. So they set up a second channel So there's a guy I follow called Nerderotic. So he does his what do you call it, podcasts, but then he's got Nerderotic Live, which is a separate channel, and all his live stuff goes on there because they said exactly the same. They said it was, but then I watch other people who do live streams, and it doesn't seem to affect them. So I don't know.
It's bizarre, mate. I don't know why it is. Brad, I don't know why it is, mate, but I definitely seen a loss of people watching my videos, but just the normal stuff that I pump out.
That's mad,
compared to the live streams. I mean, Jesus Christ, I was getting like 400. One of the channels you may not know, live streams I did last year, got over 500 views just for people watching. The next week when I put out a video, it got less than 100 views. I was like, what the hell's going on? The problem I've got now is I've got, I'm over 1,500 subscribers, but yes, I don't get 1,500 people watching every video I do, which is bizarre, So
the thing is, you just have to look at we'll call them the big channels. Like, I mean, they're not rock stars, but you've got like the Shade Tree Surgeon, 194,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
He only gets an average between 12 and 17,000 views per video.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got 192,000 subscribers and only 17,000 views,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's mad.
So anonymous biker, if he would comment, so Abusa tried, so 1,000 views per day. So he told me about that once, what the average percentages of people that watch it. Maybe anonymous, you could throw that in the side chat. I can't remember what you said the percentage was of your subs that typically watch your videos.
So like military biker now, because you're over 1,000, so you're allowed to monetize now, aren't you? I mean, have you noticed anything? Is that right? Is that correct?
I've been monetized for ages, mate. It's 1,500 and whatever it is. But so the monetization thing as well. Obviously, you've got to have. I can't remember because it's been a while now. But
so many hours as well, isn't it?
4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers for it to be monetized. But getting to the 1,000 subscribers isn't an issue. It's the 4,000 watch hours is what the drama is.
Hours,
that's
where the live views come in.
And exactly that. And that's how I last year when I hit it. That's what got me to that hours. The 4,000 watch hours was the live streams, mate. And I think it was March last year. I think it was that I hit the thing. But it's crazy, mate. It's mental. It's just, and even once you get monetized, yes, fine. I've gone up since I got monetized, I've gone up by 515, 16 subs. So it's good, but it's just. One of the World War II Normandy videos, just out the blue one day, the Juno Beach video, I looked at it and I was like, just as you're scanning through your analytics and stuff, and I looked at it, mate, and it was on like over 1,000 views, and it was sat at like 200 views the day before. So for whatever reason, it just went in one day, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? To this day, mate, I don't understand it. I can't get it.
I had one do that last year. No reason. It was the shittiest one I've ever done. I literally was waiting for my tire to get put on at the dealer. It was taking them forever. I was bored to death. So I took my phone and went around and I kind of did a little blah, blah, blah on all the bikes in the showroom. I threw that up there. No editing really or anything. And that thing get 3,300 views. 2,400 views. I don't get more than 60 or 70 views ever. But over 2,400 and I have no idea why. I've tried those exact hashtags onto another one. It doesn't make any difference.
Mate, my Stages video is just shy of 500,000 views. Mental.
Wow.
Absolutely mental. But what I wish is that the Stages, right, fine, it was way back when I first started doing this, so it's not exactly my best ever, video. But it's pretty shit, if I'm honest. But it's like 480,000 views or whatever it is. SATA. People still watch that shit. So imagine if I'd done it properly. Imagine going now to Stages or this year to Stages, doing it properly this time round, and getting that same amount of views. Your subscribers would just go through the roof. I'm not doing that. As in, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But I'm not.
last year before the coronavirus and all that stuff, my wife and I, we went to Daytona, and as somebody who was like, I went onto YouTube and typed in Daytona Bike Week, you know, and that's how you get the information, isn't it? You know, and you know what's going on, you can see what's happening. So you can just imagine anybody who's done a Daytona Bike Week, a Sturgis, anybody of that, and folk like me who are tourists who are going to go to these things are going to Google it or YouTube it, and then they're going to go through everybody's video to find out all the information. So as I've always said, there's two reasons why you go into YouTube: to be educated and to be entertained.
Yes,
right?
Very fair.
And if you can do both, you win. You've won YouTube. You know,
I think your thumbnail's got a lot to do with it, mate. If you can drag people in, I mean, that thumbnail for the Stages video has got a couple of chicks washing a bike, so that was like, ooh, let's watch that one.
I'll watch that tonight.
After your TikTok session or what?
Exactly. Do you know, out of all of my videos that I've got, and out of all the playlists that I've got, the one thing that has a constant turnover and has the most views out of everything I do is the road trip videos. Those road trip videos just gather momentum, mate, and they got. I mean, I'm just looking at how. I mean, that Rocky Mountain road trip one that I put out in September is just shy of 1,500 views. The one I did 2 years ago, 11,000 people have watched that. The Going to the Sun motorcycle trip, 3,000 and a half, and it just goes on and on and on. So if you're gonna, I think the road trips videos do way better than just your normal motor vlog talking shite stuff. Way better.
I gotta go, gentlemen.
Say again, over.
I gotta go. We're going here. My queen will be home from work in a little bit, so.
I'll probably be calling quits on this shortly. Anyway, it's 3.5 hours long so far, so we're doing all right.
That's nothing, mate.
Other side. There we go.
Hang on. Let's do it like that.
There we go.
See you later, dude.
Cheers, guys.
Take it easy, mate. Thank you.
Take it easy.
No. I think it's like it's just you go into. You go on YouTube and you type in any of these like road trips. You know, I'm going to do when I come back to the States eventually a bit more Route 66. You type that into YouTube and you've got thousands to choose from, and you just have to have as you say, the right thumbnail to bring you in, and then you've cracked it, haven't you, as well? You know, so
it's potluck as well, mate. I say 80% of the time it's potluck. You know,
I agree with that.
You can push out an absolute legend video and get like fucking 10 views. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And then you put out an absolute piece of shit like that Stages video and you get 500,000 fucking views. I'm like, how's that?
I think so. I mean, one of the things I do think is like, you know, like my wife and I will watch like vlogging from Florida and a lot of Disney vloggers. We like all that thing. And you put it on and you've got autoplay. And if you fall asleep, I know it sounds crazy, right? But if you fall asleep watching YouTube, right, watching a certain channel with autoplay ticked, you could probably go to your bed and find out that you've had every video watched by somebody who's just fallen asleep on the couch. And watched every video back to back. Where are those guys at?
I know. It's mad, mate. I need another drink just because it's set, boys.
Any problems?
There we go. I've got one.
You know, I think it's. I mean, it's one of the things about YouTube that I'm finding it's a strange animal. You know, I mean, it's like a big computer, isn't it? You know, it's it's like one day you think, I'm doing crap at this YouTube stuff, and you don't know what's going on. The next day, where did this extra 50 subscribers come from?
It's a bit weird, isn't it? I've had it before where I've had I took a week off. I think I took a week or 2 weeks off, and so I didn't pump anything out. And for some reason, I was just getting subscribers. Subscribers were coming through. It's just like what? So what's going on there? I'm not pumping anything out. So
I know that back in the early days of YouTube, when I was like I wouldn't sit and watch it all the time. What I would do is I'd say I'm going to watch them at a later date when I've got more time to sit down and do YouTube, you know. So I'd subscribe to the channel, and then I would say, watch later. You know, the whole you click the button, say add to, watch later, and then before I know it, I've probably subscribed in one night to about 50 people, you know, and it just looks like that. And that's probably how it works, you know. They've gained all these subscribers, you know. So
you see all these people banging on about the analytics. There's no analytics. It's fucking just the way it is. It's literally just potluck. It's like putting an accumulator on a bet on a Saturday. It's what it, you know. It's just fucking,
I mean, so this goes on to my next subject. There's still a few people watching, and I'll like to kind of like brush on this. When I first started up my channel back in September, I think it was September time, it took me a long time to sit there and decide on this is what I wanted to give a try, you know. And I created the channel, put it up, and I think with time I started bullying my brother, my sister, my wife. Subscribe to my channel. I need 10 subscribers. Right? It was like, you will subscribe, right? You know, like I was starting to get some random messages, and it was like on Instagram, and it was like, I've subscribed to your channel, and I would go, all right, and it was almost like, are they wanting me to subscribe back to them? Is that what it was? You know, and
I've had a few of those. I get messages saying, "Oh, I'll sub for a sub." Some random in some dodgy back country somewhere. I was like, no, I ain't doing that.
And I kind of go, you know, it's like, all right, okay, so okay, thanks, you've subscribed to my channel, but I'll go over there and I'll have a look. But if it's not something that you like, then subscribe to them. I don't know if that's a thing or is that Pandora's box. I don't want to open that.
No, because that can sub for sub, Jim, innit? That's what it is. Sub
and that can work against you. That listening to some other YouTubers, and they've said that it goes, it's no point subbing to someone if you're not going to watch their channel, because what it shows, because that will upset the analytics, because it will say, well, you've got all of these subscribers, but you're only getting this amount of views. It's not
that's right.
tallying up. So if you're not going to watch the channel, don't bloody subscribe to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's one of the, you know, I mean, that's one of the big subjects. You know, it's like I seen somebody on like a motovlogger, and it came up on my suggested videos or something. This guy had his whole video dedicated to sub for sub. Is it something you do? And I just said exactly the same thing. I said, well, if I don't like what you're making videos about, then I'm not going to subscribe to it, you know, or watch it.
Yeah.
It's worse that if I do, because I'm just a number on your thing to say, you've made your 1,000 subscribers or something.
That's it, mate. That's exactly it. If you don't like what you're selling, you ain't going to buy it.
Yeah. And if you get that coming in your feed, in your inbox all the time. So if you've got all those people that you sub to that you don't like, you're going to get all these in it coming in. You're not going to see the people that you want to watch, innit? Because you're like, scrolling through it, going, that's a nightmare.
Exactly, mate.
Have you had the Russian women on your comments? Have you had any of those in any comments?
I've had Russian women. I've had
gorgeous
Africa,
in your comments.
Oh my God. Chinese, Japanese, Russian.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What's all that about?
Mate, there was a guy that commented the other day on my last video I put out about the quad lock amazingness. He's like, he just commented, he went, so and so is amazing and unblocking fucking accounts. I was like, fucking great. Now fuck off. And then I blocked him. I was like, oh. And then he put another one on the same thing. I was like, oh my God. So look, mate, I said, look, mate, do us a favor. In my best amazing, politeness ever that I do have. Do me a favor, take your comments and go somewhere else. Not
weird.
And I blocked him again. And then another one appeared. I was like, you cheeky bastard. I said, and I just lost the plot on this geezer, man.
Hello.
You know, it's something that as a YouTube, like a fresh YouTuber last year, it was like, is this what happens? Is this how people get subscribers? You know, I sat there scratching my head for like days, going, is this what people do to get subscribers? You know, and I'm thinking, well, surely not. You know, I couldn't watch 1,500 videos on a weekly basis. I don't have that much time.
You can't. Yeah,
you know, it's like.
Youngsters, but I get Russian porn links in my comments all the time. I delete the comment, obviously after having a look.
After having a look.
The best comment underneath is this one.
I sub to them. I love it.
You know, it's like, but the thing is, you know, I mean, there's so many dodgy like links. I get sent links to my Instagram inbox all the time, and it's like,
you got to be so careful.
you know, it's like, click on this to be looked at as a, what do they call it, an affiliate or a ambassador for our product or something. And I think to myself, that link could be literally taking my bank account to some cleaner and emptying it out as we speak, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's starting to get to that point now. Is it real or is it, is it not?
And do you know what? It's funny you saying that because I thought that about the Roo Rock. I had the email come through for Roo Rock saying, 50% off. And I was like, no, it's just a wind up because you had to go down and read the terms and agreements and all that business.
Yeah,
click on it, didn't you? I was just like, £199. Is that with the 50% off? I ain't doing that.
So, well, we've got, you know, we have the new boy in the corner. Is he also? Can you hear me? Well, we've got. Well, we have White Rock Rider. Can you hear me? Has you got your microphone on?
Need to mute a
lot of echo.
Need to mute YouTube.
No, disconnected YouTube.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
There you go. Yeah, we got you.
I don't know if like.
Yeah, right.
Oh, have you got it on another? Have you got two? Have you got YouTube and StreamYard on?
No.
All right.
No, it's just stopped. I don't know what it was, but.
Jump out and jump back in, mate.
Yeah,
can hear you. Yeah,
I'll have to leave and come back in.
Yeah, just jump out, then I'll bring you right back in. Yeah. Right.
Kick him out the studio as well, mate. Then until he comes back in.
He's not there. I can't see him on the bottom of the list. So. See if he comes. See if he comes.
Anonymous is off, I think. See you later, AB.
Yeah, your Rocky one, Scouse, wasn't it? You know, your Rocky Mountain, where you was dubbing your voice over, wasn't you?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. See that? Yeah, it was cool. That. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Yeah. I found what I found.
Really they were good. Sorry.
Cheers, bud. No, it's all right, mate. Go on.
I think you found your niche there, didn't you? That come across right. Yeah, it was really good.
I think so, mate. Yeah, and I think that bit was, you know, when everything just aligns.
The
light and the sun and just it was amazing. You know, and then when I watched it back, I was like, wow.
It's good.
Thanks, Bob.
Is that better?
Next level tier.
That's better. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna do. I did with everybody else. There's a few. We've actually got more people watching again.
Oh, no, it's come back. I'm afraid.
That's because White Rock's Riders here.
Try headphones on.
Oh man, it's snowing outside. Oh hell!
The snow. Oh, it's raining here.
There goes my drone flight tomorrow. There we go.
It's snowing here as well, mate.
Oh, it's Canada.
True.
So, White Rock Rider, right? And I've got a challenge for you. Right.
If I can hear
the challenge is tell us who you are and what got you into motor vlogging in 30 seconds or less.
Right. I've got a 2 second delay here.
All right, okay.
I don't know what's going on. Right. Well, what got me into motor? Okay. Okay, then let's go. This is totally mind-boggling. I've never had this before. You know, I've just connected the speakers and everything else.
Right, okay. Well, we'll try that question another night.
Well, I learned to ride motorbike five years ago.
Right.
And after a couple of years of riding, watching YouTube, etc., I thought I'll give myself a try at that. So I thought, go for it. I got myself a Drift Ghost S. plugged in the microphone, and it just went from there. Of course,
Right,
I treat it as a challenge because I have Gilbert syndrome.
Right.
Or
I don't know what
it's
that
something
is.
that I can't hear because I've taken the headphones off. But what it is, it's an imbalance in the body which can affect the mind and what have you. So it affects your confidence, speaking in public, etc., etc. So I thought this is an ideal way to overcome this, and also it's a challenge for myself.
Oh, excellent! Right, yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, nothing. That's perfect. You know, that's exactly what it's all about, isn't it? You know, it gives you confidence, and it takes a few attempts at doing videoing and recording.
That's right.
You know, so to say that I didn't like myself in the camera when I first done it. I went, "Oh, who's that?" And you know,
oh god,
you know, and then
I know what you mean.
Now all of a sudden I have no shame.
My world.
He's like, nah. You know, so that's fair to say. It's like what I just thought. It's like a case of that because I'm new to the live streams. It's like people are watching and going, well, "Who's that? And who's that? And who's that? And who's that?" So I thought I'd maybe do like a 30-second introduction. I mean, there's no point introducing the military biker. I think the world knows who this guy is.
Yeah.
Famous now.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's really it, guys. So it's like, so you got any?
The world know him.
What's that? I know. Eh? So have you got any videos upcoming? White Rock Rider, have you got any upcoming videos, or you don't have to tell us them all, but have you got videos planned? Have you?
Oh my god!
Oh, right, okay.
I'm just getting about 2-3 second delay, so everything's overlapping.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is because I've only got StreamYard open at the moment.
Right.
You know, I'm even hearing myself.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the microphone. Is it maybe like not plugged in right or something, or bit of feedback?
Yes.
You get a bit of feedback on the mic.
I wouldn't have thought so. No.
No. Right. Okay.
Everything's exactly the same as I've had previous streams.
All right.
Have you got it open? Have you got YouTube on another tab open? It's just StreamYard, purely just StreamYard, not.
Please, I gotta go. Tea's ready.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to kick everybody off this in about 5 minutes anyway. So.
All right, man. Well, listen, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.
Thank you, man.
Take it easy, boys.
Right.
See you later, boys. See you later, guys. Take it easy.
That's
right.
silence.
So I'm going to call this one quits in a couple of minutes, guys, because it's like it's now 20 past midnight, as we all know.
Past, isn't it?
Yeah. So the last one went on to like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I think I almost slept like most of the following day. But
done well, actually.
So
3 and a bit hours, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not as bad as one of the Scousers last year. I think that went over just over 11 hours.
That's right. Yeah, he told me that.
Yeah. I think I went to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow! No, don't be wrong. You know what I mean? It's amazing how quickly the last 3.5 hours have went by. So
it's surprising.
You know.
Yeah.
But, now what I'll do is, as I said, well, I think everybody's getting tired, and I know anyway, especially. So I'll call it quits for the night, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Good night, and I say we'll hopefully get another one hosted in the next couple of weeks. I don't know, some of the other guys are going to try and host one, so I'll give them the opportunity before I jump on it. So we'll do that.
Sure.
But I'll see you guys on the comments, I guess, on the next videos over the next week or so, and I'll catch you all. All right.
See you later.
Right, take it easy, guys. All right, see you later. Right, bye.
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 So that's Burning Gas Hauling Ass live stream finished for tonight. Hope everybody's enjoyed. Please enjoy the content on the Burning Gas Hauling Ass channel, motorcycle related content, and we will see you on the next one. So take it easy.